And a very good afternoon to you here on WTOP as we get set for this afternoon's women's hockey game matchup. Ben Kinney, Thomas Sturgeon here on the perch as we get set to go. The Oswego Lakers coming in last night off a win against Buffalo State, a win that clinched a spot for them in the new HL championship.
That is very true, and those standings are going to be very tight coming into these next upcoming 2 weeks, which are going to be very critical for the Lakers. But Buffalo State, as they are eliminated from playoff contention, but Oswego, every game is going to be important, ranking up that second place seed for them.
Now that was a big win. Now that was a big win last night for Oswego. 3-1 the score. Break this game down for us, Tom.
It was an outshot game by Oswego. Sarah Cruz with a goal and an assist. Megan Teachout rolling in with a 4-game point streak, 3 goals and 1 assist in those 4 games. And Farmer had 19 saves last night, which she has been the backbone of this Lakers squad.
Absolutely, she has all season. In fact, this week she was named the New HL's goalie of the week, but she was not the only Laker to receive accolades from the New HL. Megan Teachout, freshman out of Auburn, New York, was selected the Rookie of the Week.
That is very true. Teachout leading the team in points as a freshman. Very impressive. With her 23 games played, 25 points on the season. That's over averaging a point per game for her. So
wow.
An impressive freshman career for her.
That is impressive. So again, last game, Buffalo State, a big win, 3-1. With that, these Lakers clinched their spot in the new HL championship.
That is very true, and once again, huge importance. Plattsburgh in that first place seed, but no one's really going to catch them standing perfect, 16-0 and 10-0 in their last 10 games, 22-1 on the season. As we'll look at the standings here, Oswego with 23 points, Morrisville with
23 points. And the last 5, this is not the first time we're seeing Buffalo here at Oswego. First matchup, or the last matchup against Buffalo here at the Wheelhouse was back on November 13th, the 6-2 win for the Lakers. And going back, the Lakers have just always, between the series between these two, have held the advantage.
They really have, and we'll take a look especially at that 6-2 win back in November. Junior Amber Thomas was racking up the points against this Bengals squad. 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. 5 points out of those 6 goals. Truly an impressive margin for the junior here at Oswego.
All right, we're gonna go to a quick break. When we return, we'll have more coming up here on WTOP.
Welcome back inside the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. Matt Wadling joined alongside Luke Owens for the Senior Day matinee for the Oswego State Lakers taking on the Buffalo State Bengals.
Yeah, big game obviously for both teams, and for the Lakers, a chance to stay in second place in the new HL.
Right, and Luke, you look at Buffalo State, they're a team that struggled as of late. They lost last night against the Lakers, but what are there some other players to watch? They have some bright spots on this team.
Yeah, I'm going to start with a freshman from this Buffalo State team, Tristan Stetson. She's been really a bright spot on this Bengals team. She's the only non-senior in the top 5 scoring on the team. As I mentioned, she is a freshman. She had a goal in their first meeting, and she's also one of 3 Bengals players from the state of Alaska, and she's second on the team in goals with 6.
And for Oswego State?
Well, it is senior day, so of course, I'd be wrong if I didn't choose Erin Stewart here. Obviously, she's had a phenomenal career with the Lakers, 57 career points in 102 games played, a career high 21 points this season. She's such a consistent scorer on that Lakers top line, and don't be surprised if she tallies a score tonight.
Right, and for me, I look at Buffalo State's Angelina Cruzal. The sophomore forward is my player to watch for the Buffalo State Bengals. Scored the lone goal for Buffalo State yesterday. She's really kind of starting to dominate and start generating some offense. 9 shots on goal in her last 4 games played. That just goes to show the confidence she has in her abilities is finally starting to grow into her own now. Looking at next year, she'll be an upperclassman for this team, a team full of freshmen and sophomores. And for Oswego State, I look at Amber Thomas, the junior forward transferring from Plymouth State this season. Tied the singles game record for most points in program history with 5 against Buffalo State back on November 13th with a pair of goals and 3 assists. She had an assist last night against Buffalo State as well, and she's got 5 assists in her last 5 games. She's a center for this line, or this Oswego State team that really dominates in the faceoff circle. And Luke, it would be a hockey game without some predictions. So Luke, what's your prediction?
Right, so I'm going to take Oswego State to win this game. I think they're playing great hockey lately. Winners of 4 straight. Obviously a 3-1 win last night. I'm going to go 4-0. I think Rachel Farmer pitches a shutout, kind of a bold prediction on her senior day. Maybe see a goal from Aaron Stewart. So I'm going to go 4-0 win for the Lakers. They keep that momentum going.
It would only be fitting for Farmer to get a shutout. For me, it's 5-1 for the Lakers. Farmer's been rolling, and that's all the time we have right now. Coming up next, we've got your keys to the game here. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. You're watching WTOP 10. Welcome back inside the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena from the Steve Lee press box. Matt Wadling here, joined alongside Luke Owens for the Senior Day Matinee. The Oswego State Lakers celebrating their 4 seniors on the roster: Madison Byrne, Erin Stewart, Kate Randazzo, and Rachel Farmer. And Luke, one line that you really want to talk about features none of those 4 seniors, and it's that top line of Kylie Grugan, Amber Thomas, and Sarah Cruz.
Yeah, I really like this top line. Sarah Cruz really finding her stride. A couple weeks ago was playing alongside Megan Teachout, but now playing alongside Amber Thomas. She was able to get a goal yesterday in Buffalo State, and tonight again on that top line alongside Grugan and Thomas. Grugan and Cruz both with goals last night, so we'll see if they can keep that momentum going. And Coach Dill and Coach Digby still kind of tinkering with those lines as they move towards the New HL playoffs.
And for Oswego State, you know, you end your season with a game against Buffalo State here, one more game against Canton. Are you almost happy that you're playing the teams that aren't battling for a playoff spot, with Canton already eliminated and Buffalo State seemingly on the precipice, not already all but destined to miss the playoffs for the 2nd straight year?
It's kind of a good, sigh of relief for the Lakers. They clinched the spot yesterday, and before that, kind of a tougher stretch, playing Morrisville twice, playing Potsdam to a tie. But then you get a win against Buffalo State yesterday. You host them again, and you hope that with the win against the Bengals tonight and against Canton next weekend, you clinch that 2nd seed and get to host inside MCC. That's what you're aiming for if you're the Lakers these next 2 games.
Right, and with the puck drop underway and the game underway here, Buffalo State wins the draw back, and they'll creep back into their defensive zone. Stetson losing a puck and tries to get it back to her defender. But Oswego State Lakers forecheck going to work here along the blue line. Along there for the Lakers, battling is a pair. Megan Teachout out there. Morgan Shines as well, and Shines pulls away with it and looks to enter the zone. Still battling along the near side boards here. Play underway on senior night as Teachout battling, looking to clear the puck, but instead Stetson picks it up for the Buffalo State Bengals. Buffalo State exiting the zone, now gets it over to Stetson. The freshman fires a shot on Farmer. An easy save, patted aside.
Yeah, and a good start there for the Lakers, keeping that heavy forecheck. But Stetson, a good job flipping the ice there and allowing her team to get a line change early on, because with Teachout and Shines on the ice, they're going to keep that heavy forecheck.
Yeah, for Buffalo State, you're happy keeping them outside of slide areas. The Buffalo State looks for a rush 3-on-2. A chance for him, fires a pass save, rebound, scores! Jessica Carter takes the early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and just within a minute to go on senior day, Buffalo State has quickly quieted this MCC crowd as Jessica Carter, you can see her amped up there to get that goal. And for Rachel Farmer, not a lot you could do there. A big rebound opportunity, and Carter easily able to bury that one for the Bengals. And just like that, a 1-0 lead, and a little bit of shock here as the Bengals able to get that first goal.
Right, and for Rachel Farmer, I should say, it seems like her rebounding, or ability to steer those rebounds away, hasn't quite hit its mark just yet through the first minute 10 of play. But again, Lakers pressing. Avery Webster firing a shot just past the crease of Brie Goronski. She was in net last night for the Bengals as well in the loss, as Bailey Thomas tries to fire a puck on net, but it's intercepted by Natasha Steinley. Steinley battling, and Matson finally gets it in for the Buffalo State Bengals. The defender leads all defensemen in points for Buffalo State as she rings it around the boards here. Bailey Thomas pick it up on the other side. Bailey Thomas battling alongside Kiara Haynes. here on the near side, or on the far side boards, I should say, as Buffalo State picks up, takes a shot, another save for Farmer. And it looks like Oswego State couldn't quite locate that one as there's a couple around the puck.
A lot of sustained offensive zone time early on for Buffalo State. Really, after those first 30 seconds, they've controlled the offense.
Another shot for Farmer to make a quick save, and really uncharacteristic of both sides. Oswego State, coming into today's game, has outshot Buffalo State 30 by 39 through 2 games of play, so really uncharacteristic for both sides as Buffalo State continues to work it around the boards. Oswego State finally clears, and Newfield Kreider just dumps it in. She'll go off for a line change to get out Amber Thomas, part of this top line with Sarah Cruz and Kylie Grugan. The top defense pair, as well as interception, and now Cruz has a chance, fires a shot. Good save by Brie Goronski. Grugan picking up behind the net, looking to work it out to the front, but couldn't quite pick it up, and now Kiara Haynes has it, and she'll cycle back down low.
And I think the improved play of Sarah Cruz really could determine how far the Lakers go. She's been incredible of late.
Yeah, she's really stepped up for the Lakers, as we've mentioned. Coming into today's game, she's got 5 points in her last 5 games. The all-new HL rookie, or all-rookie team, I should say, of last year. As Randazzo enters the zone, cuts outside, has a chance to the net, fires a shot up and over. Goronski somehow fighting that one off, and now Buffalo State trying to escape the zone.
Yeah, you can see a little extra speed in the skates of Kate Randazzo on senior night. A really nifty move there, and a hard shot with the left, so a good save early on by Goronski.
Oswego State still battling as Sarah Cruz picks it up along the goal line, cutting towards the net, steered aside by Buffalo State. And Oswego State still trying to get to work, but can't do so, as Buffalo State just able to clear, as Herky's able to push it out, but right to the stick of Philomena Taggart. Taggart will fire it back in as the forwards go off for a line change, and Morissette, will forecheck. Mackler picks it up and waiting for Morissette to go inside. She loses the puck, and now Buffalo State the other way will just dump it in.
Yeah, I've noticed Oswego State kind of playing back a little bit defensively after that first goal. You see Philomena Taggart, someone that usually pushes up on offense, that time kind of hanging around center ice to make sure there's not another odd woman opportunity for the Bengals.
Buffalo State trying to escape the zone, and they do so. Now entering the Oswego State end, battling alongside is a Laker, collides alongside Angela Cruzall behind the net. Oswego State working it out to Ashlyn Mackler along the near side half wall, trying to pinch it up and out. A good pinch job by the Buffalo State defender in Jessica Carter, but Oswego State couldn't clear the zone, as now Buffalo State goes back to work on the forecheck. Lila Toxic will fire it around the boards, back for Shasher at the D point. Shasher looking for a move, fires a shot, but blocked by Byrne. Buffalo State still cycling here as they get it back to Shasher at left point. She'll tuck it back in behind the net. Madison Byrne battling, but instead of looking at flip for Molly Evans, who had her first goal of her collegiate career last night. Shasher from the slot couldn't quite fire the shot on net. A good job by Ashley Mackler to get in the shooting lane. Back for Shasher, and she loses control of the puck, and Oswego State gets a clear.
Really good sustained zone time there by Buffalo State. Obviously a good, strong forecheck by Oswego State to kind of force that puck out, but Buffalo State looks really confident early on in this game. They're keeping pace with the speed of the Lakers.
They've done an excellent job so far, out shooting Oswego State 4-2, as now the Lakers have a chance. Erin Stewart down the far side boards, trying to cut to the middle. Fires a shot, just goes wide. Another shot that seemed like Goronski couldn't quite see, but just manages to fight it off as the Lakers enter the zone once more.
Yeah, and a great rush there by Stewart. We mentioned how stellar she's been and how consistent she's been her whole career. And, you know, for the Lakers, it's a 1-0 deficit, but just 5 minutes into this game, plenty of time to kind of relax and get into their offensive sets.
And for Stewart, the epitome of consistency, the largest streak she's gone without scoring a point this season is 3, and she's currently on that one, looking to snap it as Oswego State goes offside. And now, Luke, it's been a little while, but for Buffalo State, what are your keys to the game?
Well, first and foremost, they've got to protect the front of the net. They're taking 36.3 shots against per game, and Brie Goronski is facing a lot of shots, so expect that. And as we look at the replay of the goal here, you see Rachel Farmer just tough there. As you mentioned, Matt, the rebound control, puck bounces up, Carter able to hammer it home. And for Buffalo State, you also want to get better offensive production from all 4 lines. We saw that with the goal from Carter. And, of course, just play with nothing to lose. They're eliminated from the new HL playoffs. That doesn't mean they can't come out and play hard, and we've seen that in these first 5.5 minutes.
And Avery Webster firing a shot on net from the point as the Lakers enter the zone. Avery Webster still pinching, but can't quite make something happen behind the net, as now Erin Stewart on this vaunted forecheck for the Lakers. Teachout able to just kick it in as Lakers are in the middle of a line change. Erin Stewart looking to quite possibly get off, or rather, the full line's out there aside from Morgan Shines as Mia Convoy takes her spot so far. Lakers trying to escape the zone, can't get more than had the red line as Lackey enters the zone. Firing shot blocked by Bailey Thomas. And now battling behind the boards, or behind the net, I should say. Avery Webster's able to clear it out for Bailey Thomas. Looking for Teachout. She just finds her, but has to slow up. A good job by Radcliffe just to stop Teachout in her tremendous speed as Aaron Stewart's able to fire it in. The Lakers go off for a line change.
Yeah, Stewart and Teachout twice now have looked just a stepper, maybe just a puck bounce away from getting a breakaway opportunity, and they've kind of set up there coming out of line changes, waiting to get that puck along the right in front of their bench. So look for that to continue on those long stretch passes. We know players like Philomena Tegra and Kate Randazzo are more than likely to make a long stretch pass.
Right, in the pass for Buffalo State now, one woman back in Randazzo, and a good job to fend Herky off the puck. Randazzo still with it as she goes up the far side boards, able to cut into the neutral zone and pick it up for Gustafson. Gustafson 2-on-2 with Conboy. Firing a shot, just goes wide on Goransky, and Conboy picks up back out in front of the net. Looking for Gustafson, but she was behind the net, circling back around, and now Buffalo State able to escape the zone with 13 minutes left to go. Buffalo State with a 1-0 lead. Firing a shot, just goes wide. Farmer seemed slow to react to that one as she finally gets in position, but no real dangerous threat for Buffalo State as the Lakers escape the zone.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed from the Bengals so far that really we're not used to seeing is their willingness to kind of go defense to offense. Usually they're a team that's content to just dump the puck deep, get a line change, get back on defense. But tonight, the aggression of their offense has really been evident.
And Luke, you mentioned what Buffalo State needs to do well. What does Oswego State need to do well?
Well, they need to keep dominating in the faceoff circle. They went 31-21 last night. They're plus 20 in their last 2 games. And, play through your seniors. We've seen it early on. We know the talent that their 4 seniors have. And third, don't take the foot off the gas. They might think that they have control of that 2 seed, but it's important to kind of win these last 2 games going into those new HL playoffs.
Right, as Buffalo State entering the zone off the stick of Lila Toxic, she circles back behind the net of Rachel Farmer. Back down low looking for a Buffalo State Bengal, but instead she finds a stick of Sarah Cruz, who's been excellent the last several games with 5 points in her last 5, and she'll chip it around the boards now for Madison Byrne on the near side. Byrne looking to escape via Kylie Grugan, just able to do so. Lakers can't corral the puck, so instead Faley will pick it up for this Buffalo State defense. Quick stretch pass to the red line, and Buffalo State will chip it in and go off for a line change here with 12 minutes left to go in this first period.
Yeah, and Bengals goaltender Brie Goransky was calling for a stretch pass. Steinle was kind of wide open, left alone in front of the Bengals bench, but unfortunately just not looking up with Cheyenne Matson to make that pass. Could have been a breakaway for the Bengals.
McEwen fans on a pass back to the point twice here as Molly Evans has to just clear it back out for McEwen, the freshman for one of several freshmen for the Lakers that's made a big impact for the team so far. Only a 3 assists, but plays a great middle 6 kind of aggressive role on the forecheck.
Yeah, and they're going to get a body check penalty there going against Emma Morissette. She just kind of pinned her woman there against the board, and she's going to be going to the box for 2 minutes here as the ref kind of calling her name as she didn't see the penalty, but it will be Morissette going to the box. So our first look at the Buffalo State power play unit. They haven't been great this year, just 12 of 91, 13.2%. But again, they already have an early goal. They've had good sustained zone time, and now they get that woman advantage.
And for Oswego State, their penalty kill coming in at just around 85%. So interesting battle of a penalty kill that could probably be a little bit better for Oswego State. They've done an excellent job so far. And a Buffalo State penalty power play that, as you said, Luke, not that impressive. As Lakers clear the zone on the initial faceoff draw.
And that was a good faceoff win there by Emily Gustafson. It just goes to show how big the faceoffs are. The Lakers leading that category 4-1, and the last time that the Lakers lost the game was also the last time they lost the faceoff battle, back against Morrisville State on that Wednesday night game inside MCC. So just shows how the Lakers really thrive or, kind of die in that faceoff circle.
Yeah, so important for generating offense as well as Buffalo State keeps in the zone, firing shot. Initial save made up and over the net for Rachel Farmer, and now the Lakers try to go clear the zone, can't do so. Puck loose in front, Lakers can't get a body on it, and it's back out for Cruzall. Cruzall shot tipped in front, just goes wide. A great chance for Buffalo State with a lot of bodies in front of Rachel Farmer.
Yeah, Tokchik had a good chance, but she kind of lost her stick, had to pick it up before jumping back in on the action.
Cruzall with another shot, blocked by the Lakers, still can't escape the zone. A minute left to go on the power play. For the point here, it's Cheyenne Matson leading the point score for this defense of Buffalo State, and Gustin lays down for a block. Newfield Kreider trips up her woman, no call there as their skates and sticks were tangled, and Gustin can't clear once more. Great job by Cruzall. And finally, Avery Webster will clear the zone, and it sounded like we heard associate coach Mark Digby yelling from the bench, shoot the puck down the ice.
Yeah, and a really good job there by Gustafson. She's been a huge addition to this first penalty kill unit. I believe it happened right around the new year where she was added to that top line, and blocking shots even as a forward, she's willing to make those blocks, and also was big in the face-off circle. So a really good shift there by Gustafson.
Yeah, and has that speed to kind of attack the point and put a lot of pressure on a Buffalo State or any power play. As Buffalo State tries to enter the zone, Ashley McAleer able to force them out and just get it to the red line, as Shaysher is able to pick it up from there.
Really strong forecheck there by McAlee, meeting her woman at the blue line, and just like that, the Lakers, only 10 seconds to go, and they're keeping that heavy forecheck up, not allowing the Bengals to get set up.
One last chance for the Bengals as Shacher fires around the board, and that'll do it. Morissette back onto the ice. Amber Thomas taking her place, and a chance out in front, and a good job by Randazzo just to clear the puck out of harm's way.
Yeah, good look there at the penalty kill for the Lakers. A couple maybe shaky plays, but they did a good job overall.
2-on-2 the other way. Taggart in the slot. Hesitates, fires a shot blocked in front by Herky, and a good job as she had Erin Stewart flanking her to the right. Back to the point for Randazzo. Now at center point. Looking to make a move, something happened, firing a shot just not to lose it. Goes behind the net for Kylie Grugan. She'll slow up. Back out in front, a chance for Amber Thomas, and she couldn't connect with the pass. Erin Stewart, one of the two defenders back for the Lakers. Matson firing a shot, easy save for Farmer, but it goes right to Herky's stick near on the far side corner boards. Herky knocked down, no call there, as Buffalo State's Lackey will go to work on the power play. And a shot blocked by Taggart, almost going back into the net of Rachel Farmer.
Yeah, good job there by Taggart to make sure her pads were steering that one in the other direction. That will go down for an icing, but just a moment ago, Matt, it was a block by Herky on the Taggart shot, and we know how strong and how accurate that Taggart shot can be. Not sure if Goronski would have been able to see that, so that was a really big block just a moment ago by Herky in front of the net.
And if I'm Taggart, I would have liked her to see if she could make a quick move either to the outside or the inside, just that quick, even just a stick movement to try to change the angle and get a shot past your defender would be so important to get pucks on net, as you had Erin Stewart on the side as well, trying to crash for maybe a rebound. As Taggart with it now will fire it over for Stewart. She has Grugan, but instead she elects to take it herself and just chip it in and go off for a line change as Grugan jumps in on the forecheck.
Yeah, I think after that icing, the Lakers needed that line change, so good awareness there by the senior in Stewart to kind of chip that and allow her teammates, her new teammates, to come onto the ice.
Toxic will fire a cross-ice pass for Steinle as Buffalo State Bengal loses her stick, and Carter, and now Tisha has a chance. Makes a move almost through Lackey, trying to make a little toe drag action through the legs of Lackey, but a good job by her to maintain position, I should say, as Tisha now battling along the near side corner boards, knocks Steinle down to the ice, or rather that's Carter, and now Molly Evans can't corral it at the point, and she'll have to reset in the neutral zone.
Yeah, good play by Lackey there, just kind of getting her skates in the way of Teachout. As you mentioned, Teachout really tried to maneuver her way through the legs of Lackey, and just good skate position to kick that puck away to the corner.
Steinle passes it over for another Buffalo State Bengal entering the zone, firing a shot. Easy save for Farmer off the stick of Toxic. And now the Lakers again trying to clear, can't do so. A good job by Gallivan just to keep it in and force extra little bit of pressure, as now Buffalo State can change their lines with ease. Buffalo State maintaining possession, as now the Lakers' Megan Teachout finally picks it up, looking to gain some speed coming out from behind her net. She's able to beat one defender and trying to just chip it aside for Gustafson. Does so. No, or there is an icing call there, but Teachout able to beat it out. A great job by her to maintain possession here now behind the net for Gustafson. Looking to make a move, couldn't get past the stick of Buffalo State's Rihanna Shacher, the sophomore out of Westminster, Colorado, will make a move, cutting towards net, shanks a shot, and had a beautiful chance and a great job cutting to the slot for Shacher.
Yeah, Shacher that time, a really good move, maybe an unexpected move.
Now Conboy back across, shot saved by Goronski, and what a beauty as she pushes out to the top of the crease.
That was a heck of a save there by Brie Goronski. We mentioned how many shots she faces every game. She just gets peppered, and that time a great pass across. Newfield Kreider right on the doorstep, and just great job going down on the butterfly, moving from post to post by Goronski, and then gobbling that puck up with no opportunity for a rebound. As we see on the replay here, great pass by Conboy to find Newfield Kreider. A good shot, but Goronski just a great job staying low. And if you're Newfield Kreider, you want to get a little bit of lift on that puck, because Goronski didn't really have to move once she got down to that butterfly.
Yeah, and the Lakers now behind their own zone, or net, I should say, after winning the initial faceoff in the offensive zone, as Stewart battling alongside Webster. She'll chip it up, and looks like there'll be delayed icing if the puck can go long enough, and it can't, as Buffalo State touches back up. Look to establish some offense here with 6:20 left to go in the first period. Buffalo State coming out to a shocking 1-0 lead off the stick of Carter, Jessica Carter, in the first minute or so, as now there's a 1-on-1 the other way. Shot easy save by Farmer, and she'll glove that one down here with 6:10 left to go in the first period. We'll have a defensive zone draw for the Lakers.
And you mentioned how Buffalo State, kind of a surprising 1-0 lead, but, before yesterday's game, they had won 2 of their last 3 games. Granted, against a team like Potsdam, a team like Canton, but still, 2 of their last 3 games have been wins, and, they don't have a lot to lose. Oswego State obviously playing on their senior day. Emotions are high, but for Buffalo State to get that 1-0 lead, and if they can maintain it going to the locker room, that would be really huge for the Bengals.
Yeah, and the 3 wins Buffalo State has in conference play, 2 against Canton and 1 against Potsdam, as you mentioned, and that was an overtime game as the Lakers send it down the lane for an icing. And in those overtime games, we've seen it. Anything can happen with those overtime games. You saw it for the men's team here for Oswego State, giving up a soul-crushing loss to Cortland in overtime. And then you saw it here the other day with Buffalo State taking down Potsdam. Really a shocker to both of us as we were watching part of that overtime.
Yeah, and that game, it was Canton, Potsdam, and yeah, you mentioned just a shocking 4-3 win. And for Buffalo State, they're kind of in the midst of, I guess what you'd say a rebuild. Obviously, it's a little bit different in college sports, but they've lost 6 of the top 10 scorers all time. They've graduated within the last 4 years. So really in the midst of kind of trying to find out their identity, especially offensively. So a strong showing so far for the Bengals tonight.
And 9 sophomores on the team looking to be upperclassmen next year. And he just look at Shazer, look at Tilka, even looking Fadley. They've all played pretty big roles so far in this game. So as the seasons progress, and next year and the year after, when they have 18 upperclassmen pending, transfers, that'll be a big difference for this team that's trying to get back to some sort of new HL glory. Of course, in the first new HL season just a couple years ago, they were able to face, they were the 2 seed facing Oswego State at home for the first round of the playoffs. Oswego State ended up winning that one as Evans has a chance. And now Grugan with a shot saved by Goronski, and she'll cover that one up. And now the Lakers 5:12 left to go in this first period will have an offensive zone draw.
And perhaps the biggest player they get to keep next year is Bree Goronski in net. She really, she faces 36 shots per game, and she's done a decent job. Every time we see her inside MCC, she seems to make big, spectacular saves. Kind of a Rachel Farmer type, both 5'2", and she just does a great job in net. And she's really been the reason why Buffalo State's been able to even stay in a lot of these games.
Grugan back out in front for Amber Thomas, couldn't corral it on her backhand as Cruz picks it up behind the net. Gets it over for Grugan. She's held, but no call there, or she's looking for a call as Amber Thomas gets a chance out in front for Cruz. But no dice as she couldn't get a stick on it. Back by the net for Grugan, looking for Amber Thomas, couldn't corral it. Molly Evans makes a pinch here, trying to keep it in front of her, but Stetson does a good job just getting around her. And now Oswego State's Madison Byrne will pick it back up in her own end. Looking for an outlet pass over to Grugan, couldn't quite find it the first time. And then Molly Evans will pick it back up on the far side. Stretch pass for Grugan, sticked in front. Grugan with a nifty little spin move to get the puck up, and now she's got a 2-on-1 with Cruz. Grugan slowing down, shot save, rebound out in front. Cruz couldn't find it. Gets a chance, and now a pushing and shoving commence, and it looks like Sarah Cruz started that one with a bit of a punch or a glove to the face. Amber Thomas hitting the ice as well. And I thought I saw a hand go up by a referee, maybe a penalty coming to Sarah Cruz, and it will be as she goes into the penalty box here for the Lakers. So an undisciplined penalty for Cruz to take, and it looks like it'll actually be a 2-and-2, so no real danger for Oswego State.
Yeah, a very immediate call there by the referee. And just the play before that, Kylie Grugan, a great job using her kind of body control, making the spin move, carrying the puck up along the far side. And I thought she was maybe going to try to spin a pass in front, but she actually ended up getting a decent shot. And Goronski had to make a good save with that left leg pad.
And now we'll have 4-on-4 for 2 minutes of play, 4:27 left to go in this first period for the Lakers. And with the speed of the Lakers and Taggart, it might be an advantage for Oswego State. You got Teachet out there alongside Conboy, Taggart, and Randazzo firing a shot, scores! Might have been tipped in front, but if not, Randazzo on her senior night knots it up at 1.
Yeah, Kate Randazzo, she's not going to lead the handshake line. I believe that it was Morgan Shines, the freshman, got a stick or something in front there to deflect that, but nonetheless, a great play by Randazzo right off the faceoff, fires a shot on net, and Shines able to deflect that in past Goronski. So just a great set play off the faceoff. You mentioned the advantage the Lakers had going 4-on-4. It shows in that offensive sequence. As we take a look at the replay, Randazzo at the point looking for something, fires a shot, and then it looked like Conboy kind of reached her stick over and deflected that puck into the back of the net.
Yeah, you talk about beating Goronski, trying to throw traffic in front, only 5'2". And when you elevate that puck, it makes it so much harder for her to make those saves that she has to drop into that butterfly with the traffic. Makes it very difficult for a smaller goaltender to make those saves up high.
Yeah, and what a really heads-up play there by Morgan Shines for her 8th goal of the year. She's been just another stellar freshman, so Randazzo kind of handing the keys over there to Shines on that goal.
Yeah, and slow to get up here, hasn't quite gotten up yet, is Toxic for Buffalo State. As it looked like Sarah Cruz opened up the penalty box, but it might have been an incidental penalty as Taggart was standing outside the penalty box for Oswego State. Toxic back up. And we got a 2-minute penalty for Toxic for diving. And it looks like no Laker heading to the penalty box, so an unusual call. I don't think I've seen that in the couple of years we've seen women's hockey in the new HL, so a very surprising call. Now the Lakers go to the power play.
Yeah, and it looked like Toxic wanted the penalty to be going against Philomena Taggart, and it looked like even Sarah Cruz and Philomena Taggart thought that penalty was going against the Lakers as Toxic kind of went down to the ice, but it will be a diving penalty. And just like that, the Lakers will have a 4-on-3 advantage and a big chance to take a 2-1 lead here.
Yeah, surprising call there as now Taggart and Randazzo go to work. Taggart at the right circle. Back across for Teachout in the left circle. Shot up and almost out of play. Hits the boards as Taggart picks it back up along the goal line. Back out for Randazzo at center point, looking for a shot. Elects to pass for Taggart instead. Taggart all alone. Shot just goes wide, and a beautiful chance for Taggart as the puck goes out of the zone.
Yeah, an unfortunate miss there as the puck trickles all the way out, but for Taggart, a wide open look there at his shot, and that's exactly the look you want if you're Oswego State. Shifted all 3 defenders for the Bengals.
And Randazzo back for Teachout at the circle. Now for Randazzo center point. Taggart at the circle, looking for a shot. Elects for a cross-ice pass for Amber Thomas. Elevated on her. And now the Lakers slowing things down with Teachout. Teachout at the circle, shot. What a save by Goransky with Amber Thomas in front of her.
Yeah, and Teachout just such a hard wrist shot there and a good save by Goransky. And if you're the Lakers, still 30 seconds to kind of go to work on a 4-on-3.
Yeah, and a minute left to go in the total power play. So after the 4-on-4 expires, Oswego State will get about 35 seconds or so of 5-on-4 as Taggart's able to pry it out of the scrum for Randazzo at the point, creeping towards the slot, firing a shot. Deflected out in front by Natasha Steinle, and now back to work goes Randazzo for a pass to the circle at Teachout. Teachout trying to cut to the slot, fires her, loads up to fire a shot and goes up and hits the netting. So this power play here for Oswego State, about a minute 20 gone. What have you seen so far from this top unit?
I really like the movement they're doing. They're really shifting that Buffalo State defense, especially using Philomena Taggart along that near face-off circle to kind of create some space. And on that last shot, you know, Amber Thomas gets her stick on that. Not that you don't want to get deflections, but she ends up deflecting it high on a shot from Teachout that you expect to maybe go on the net. So just got to be careful with the sticks in front.
Avery Webster here on the defensive unit for that second power play as both teams get back an extra woman. So Oswego State 5-on-4. Sarah Cruz from the box out in front made a chance, and Goransky almost fell out of her crease, had to jump back up, and fortunate for the Bengals, the Lakers couldn't find another chance on the rebound because they had a wide open net.
Yeah, and Sarah Cruz full speed from the box, trying to get that rebound opportunity in front. So a good job by her just using her speed to come out of the box. But for the Bengals now, this could be a huge momentum shift if they're able to kill off this penalty.
And it looks like they will with just about 5 seconds left to go on the toxic diving minor as Herky comes away with it behind the net, battling alongside Bailey Thomas. Herky comes away with it, and now Toxic back on the ice here in the offensive zone for the Buffalo State Bengals. And another Herky slow to get up here. Looked like she got hit up high. The referee not blowing play dead as Herky finally getting back into play, slow to get up. And now Stewart has a break, looking for it, can't corral it. A good job by Toxic just to keep it. And Toxic collides with Herky. So Herky's had a rough shift so far here, but slow to get up initially, but she seems to be okay as she heads to the bench. Back the other way with it now is Steinle firing a shot back across. It looked like a pass actually for Stetson, who couldn't quite find her. That was Cheyenne Matson, I should say. Couldn't quite corral it as she was pinching in.
Yeah, good job by Gustafson just matching stride for stride to make that block.
Another chance for Buffalo State. Radcliffe's shot just went wide, and now Comboy looked to clear the zone for the Lakers. She'll do so, but only gets it to Fadley of the Buffalo State defense, and she'll get it to her defensive partner, or rather the third line center, Briganti. With a minute left to go here in the period, Oswego State leading 1-0, or tied 1-0, 1-1, I should say, as Fadley tries to enter the zone, battling alongside Molly Evans, who wins that battle. Trying to get it out was Newfield Kreider. She couldn't do so, and now goes through the legs of Molly Evans. Molly Evans looking for Convoy, can't quite find her as Radcliffe jumps in on the pinch. A smart pinch as the Buffalo State Bengals have a couple of women back. Shacher now creeping into the offensive zone as Fadley goes off for a line change. Molly Evans behind the net now, 25 seconds left to go. And of course, after this period, you can catch the intermission report with Ben Kinney and Thomas Turgeon here on WTOP 10. Now Convoy with it now, looking to escape. She'll finally chip it out. And she had Newfield Kreider trying to go for a stretch pass, but she didn't find her. Instead, just hit into the pads of Shacher.
Yeah, Newfield Kreider hasn't scored a goal this season, but she's had almost 2 good opportunities. Obviously, one at the doorstep, and that time would have been a nice breakaway opportunity if the puck was able to reach her.
Yeah, and Newfield Kreider, 2 assists on the season, had 1 within the last 3 games as Amber Thomas will run the puck out here, or run the play out, I should say, and that'll do it for the first period of play. Oswego State tied with the Buffalo State Bengals 1-1.
Yeah, I think if you're Buffalo State, you're pretty happy with this period. Obviously, going in with a tie, but a good job. But one thing to look out for in that second period last night, Oswego State had 17 shots on goal. So you know they're going to want to keep that pressure up, keep the heavy forecheck, and get shots on Goransky in that second period. But, you know, if you're Lakers, you get the tie and goal. So you can't be too unhappy going to the locker room and maybe kind of settling into the game a little bit.
And that'll do it for the first period. And when we come back on WTOP 10, you'll hear from Ben Kinney and Thomas Turgeon. So don't go anywhere. You're watching women's hockey on WTOP 10.
And welcome back into the Murano Campus Center for this afternoon's women's hockey matchup as the Buffalo State Bengals come in and face the Oswego State Lakers. Ben Kinney, Thomas Sturgeon here to break down this first period. And Thomas, it was a good one.
It was definitely a good one. Buffalo State coming out early on that one, but Oswego came back late in the first period to even things.
Let's take a look at the period summary. You can see relatively close, both teams having same amount of shots on goal, one less for Oswego. Power plays were even, and face-offs more in favor of Oswego. Is that affecting their play in any way?
As of right now, not really, but it's come to show in certain games in Oswego's season where face-offs have been a factor.
Now let's take a look at the first goal that went on the board, and that came early in the first period. Not even a minute in from Buffalo, just not even off the rebound, and Rachel Farmer not able to get over in time. You can see kind of an odd play.
It was definitely an odd play. From a goalie's perspective, that's a bounce that you don't want to have when it's coming to a rebound that you're giving up.
Now, it seemed like Oswego's offense was lagging at the beginning of the period, and then as the period moved on, it slowly came alive, and they were able to score. Let's take a look at this goal here. Right from the point, a shot and a redirect. Good goal.
And they ended up giving it to Morgan Shines on that one, and Shines has been very successful for the Lakers so far. Randazzo, the senior, getting an assist on that one as well.
And also getting an assist on that was Megan Teachout, meaning that her point streak extended to 5 games now.
That is most definitely correct. The red-hot freshman as of right now from Auburn, New York. 5-game point streak for her. That's her second assist out of 5 games.
And taking a look this season already, 12 goals, 13 assists, and a total of 25 points.
And that will equal 26 points now, putting that 14th assist on the board with 24 games played.
And just to note, she leads the Lakers in goals and points this season. Now, the penalty kill tonight, we've seen already one penalty for Oswego. Oswego also been on the power play once as well, but a lot of offense generated by Buffalo during that one penalty kill for the Lakers. How do you think the Lakers fared?
The Lakers fared pretty solidly. As we'll see, it's still 1-1 after the end of this first period, but special teams is truly going to be a factor in these upcoming periods.
And taking a look statistically, after the first period, when the Lakers are tied this season, they are 5-2-2.
That's true, and 5-2-2. Pretty optimistic for the Lakers here, but they can't take this Buffalo team too underestimated, as they struggled at the very beginning. Buffalo outplayed them and took a 1-0 lead. Luckily, the Lakers evened things up at the end.
Absolutely. When we return, we're going to talk about the seniors on this Oswego State women's team, as it is senior night here at the Wheelhouse. You're watching a WTOP. Night or afternoon in Oswego as the Oswego women Lakers face off against the Buffalo State Bengals in this very special game. Tom, it's senior night. We honor the 4 seniors that will be graduating this year. First senior we're going to be taking a look at, Madison Byrne. This in her career here in Oswego, 91 games, 1 goal, and 5 assists. Now, offensively, not much of an impact, but defensively, she has had much more of a bigger impact.
Most definitely. She's been that shutdown defenseman for the Lakers for her 4 years here at Oswego. And it's clearly shown it. Their defense has highly improved with her on that back blue line.
Absolutely. Our next senior is Erin Stewart. Taking a look at her career stats in her years at Oswego, 102 games played, 23 goals, 34 assists. 8 of those goals have been this season, and 13 of those assists have been this season.
And she has been very good for the Lakers this season, having almost an outbreak career this season. She's second on their team in points behind the freshman sensation Megan Teachout.
Next, we're going to Kate Randazzo, who in her career here in Oswego, 102 games played and has 11 goals, 40 assists as well in her years here at Oswego.
That's right, and she's been sensational for the Lakers. The captain of the Lakers, no-brainer. But she has been great for Diane Dillon and Mark Digby. She has been great for that blue line for this Lakers squad this season.
And the final senior we are looking at on this Lakers team has been outstanding this season. She's been on top of the rankings in not only the new HL, but a few rankings in the NCAA D3, and that is Rachel Farmer. In her career here in Oswego, 37 games played, a .925 save percentage, and a 2.06 goal against average, but more recently in her games, a 220 goal against average this season alone.
It was most definitely fairly impressive. You talked about her career here at Oswego, well, not just Oswego, but Cortland as well, as she only played 2 seasons here with a 2.06 goals against average career. That is very impressive for the senior here at Oswego.
And we're going to go into break. When we return, we're going to throw it back up to the press box for the second period. You're watching Women's Hockey on WTOP.
Welcome back inside the Romano Campus Center Ice Arena. Matt Watling joined alongside Luke Owens from the Steve Levy press box. Started the second period as the Oswego State Lakers taking on the Buffalo State Bengals in their senior day for the Lakers, as Ben Kinney and Thomas Sturgeon were discussing earlier before the break. And Luke, you had the pleasure of being the Oswegonian beat writer last year. So do you have any kind of memories or moments you'd like to kind of share about these 4 seniors?
Yeah, well, with Kate Randazzo, obviously, really, to me, the thing that comes to my mind is professional. I mean, she was the captain here for 2 years, an alternate her sophomore year, and she was just always so nice to talk to because of the way she talked about her teammates. Even if she had a great game, she would always want to talk about her teammates first and foremost. And our current beat writer, Neil Boddicker, talked, of course, with Coach Dillon this week, and Coach Dillon, he said, was getting really misty-eyed talking about these 4 seniors, how much of an impact they have, not only on the ice, but just the great women they also are off the ice.
Yeah, and a slight delay here as the ice is getting fixed. Quite a bit of water behind Brie Goronski's net. And again, for this team, these are all 4 seniors that we've had the pleasure of watching throughout their careers. The last 3 years, Farmer last year and this year. And for Farmer, the only goaltender on the Lakers roster with Tia Travato leaving for Potsdam, and associate coach Mark Digby telling Neil that she just loves coming to that. She loves playing, and you know, when you're a student athlete and you only have a couple games left, I'm sure she misses having another goaltender, but it's almost fun for her to get to play every single game, play almost double in practice. It must be a real treat, just a couple games left of her hockey career.
Yeah, and of course she was used to facing, you know, a ton of workload with Cortland, and really for Farmer, going from Cortland to Oswego State and being excellent at both schools really speaks to the work ethic and the character of Rachel Farmer, and she's had a great career as a Laker.
Yeah, and puck dropped here. Lakers lose the draw, but Shines comes away with it. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Shines slowing things down, finds a chance out in front for Teach out, but she's a bit ahead of the puck on that one, as now Buffalo State looking to escape their zone via Herky. Herky enters the zone, and she'll fire it on Rachel Farmer, who will cover it up. And we'll get a quick whistle here, just 19 seconds into the second period.
And we mentioned the speed of Megan Teachout. She kind of overskated that rebound opportunity there, and if she was there, it would have been a wide open side of the net there, as Brie Goronski had to come over to make the initial save. So a strong start by the Lakers offensively.
Lakers win the draw, and Taggart find Randazzo, fired away to Stewart, looking for Teachout or Shines, but instead of Buffalo State Bengal able to knock it down. That was Kai Lackey. Playing a little bit out of position today. She's typically listed as a forward, and tonight she's playing on that third defensive pair alongside Berkeley Radcliffe, the freshman, so a little bit out of position here, but still, for Lackey, played an excellent game so far. She picks up the puck behind her own net. Trying to make a move, instead she'll cut back behind Goronski and fire a pass down the length of the ice, looking for an icing if the Lakers can touch it up, and Kate Randazzo will do so here. 19:06 left to go in this first period. Not a lot of action here so far, Luke.
No, it hasn't been, and you mentioned Lackey kind of playing out of position. She's done a good job defensively, obviously minus that icing call that she just took. But, you know, other than that, she's blocked a few shots. She's made a couple of good plays with her skates, especially on a potential breakaway from Megan Teachout. So she's done a good job, and big face-off here for the Lakers.
Amber Thomas wins the draw back for Avery Webster. Shanks a shot, and now she'll cut back with the puck to the slot. Final shot, save, rebound out in front, still loose. The Buffalo State Bengal down, and finally the referees blow the whistle. And you talk about the importance of Amber Thomas with the faceoffs. So far through about 22 minutes of play, the Oswego State Lakers leading the faceoff battle 11-3, something we've been used to seeing the last couple of games.
Yeah, and it leads to a really nice play. Even though Webster kind of fanned on that initial shot, she eventually gets a puck to the net, and a really good job there by Cruzal laying out in front of the net to defend the crease.
Puck one back for Bailey Thomas at center point, just has to fire it on net with a pair of Buffalo State Bengals chasing her, trying to force an error. As now Kylie Grugan back out in front, looking for someone, couldn't quite find her, as Amber Thomas was just a step outside the crease. Puck going down, and Avery Webster will pick that one back up.
Yeah, and in the first period and the second period early on, you can really tell the speed of the Lakers is not too much for the Bengals, but they've just really used their speed to their advantage.
Yeah, it seems like they're outskating Buffalo State slightly, but Buffalo State excellent positionally, haven't really given up a lot of 2-on-1s or odd woman rushes the other way.
And I think that's a testament to how both coaches kind of play within their systems and know their players.
Yeah, and Amber Thomas forces Kylie Grugan just to step on side, and Oswego State unable to communicate there as they miss a chance for a good rush, as Grugan will have to go to work now on the forecheck. Grugan behind the net battling. She'll pick that one up momentarily, looking for Gustafson. Couldn't find her, but instead she finds a stick of Cheyenne Matson looking to escape for Buffalo State. Can't do so as it's Conboy with it now, with the puck at the blue line, just able to chip it not past the hash marks as Buffalo State will cycle it up, and a chance for Toxic, but Burton does a good job just getting that one back into the neutral zone.
Yeah, Toxic, one of the best offensive players last year for this Bengals team. She's had a solid year this year as well, but she's someone you never want on the offensive end of a breakaway.
Yeah, Toxic with 6 points in her last 7 games, so she's been excellent as of late. One of the few bright spots on this Buffalo State Bengals squad as a senior, as well as Newfield Kreider looks for a pass, but just surpasses her stick as now Radcliffe trying to go the other way. Newfield Kreider makes a break, and now she's got Gustin with the step, trying to make a move, can't quite do so. Good job by Kai Lackey to get back for the Bengals.
Another good defensive play by Lackey, and she's really shown a good things on that third defensive pairing.
Yeah, Randazzo making a move, but just unable to fire a shot on net through 3 Buffalo State Bengals as the Lakers were going through a line change. But still, Lakers maintaining possession here. 17:04 left to go. Lakers tied 1-1. No goals here in this second period, but Oswego State got on the board really mid to late in that first period off a 4-on-4 goal from Morgan Shines, deflecting the Kate Randazzo shot from the point as Ashley Macular fires it in deep for the Lakers, who are in the midst of a change. McEwen picking it up right in front of Goronski, looking for a move. She had Tager, but instead to elect to get to the point herself. Couldn't quite get it back in deep. So now for Tristan Stetson, she'll try to escape the zone and does so. Tager almost mishandling that puck, but does a good job just spinning around looking for Morissette, or at least to get out of danger. As now Randazzo picks it up. Makes a move at the line, staying on side with Morissette. Randazzo out wide at the circle, firing a pass, or looking for a pass out front, but a good job by Berkeley Radcliffe to block that one, as Buffalo State can't quite clear the zone, as Tager will fire it back in behind the net.
Yeah, now this game kind of turning the way maybe we expected. A lot of offensive zone time for the Lakers in this second period and getting into their offensive sets.
Not a lot of shots for the Lakers. They've only had 2 so far in the period. Buffalo State with 1 after about 4 minutes of play here in the second period, as Buffalo State picks it up behind their net, trying to escape the zone is Herky, and she's able to do so, gets it up to her line mate and Tristan Stetson, who will fire it down for Farmer to pick up as Buffalo State goes for a line change.
Yeah, and interesting to watch this line right here for the Lakers. I think has the speed with Stewart and Teach out and also Shines. This is the best offensive line I think they have tonight.
And Shines trying to make a move around Matson. Doing a good job was Matson to make that play, as Bree Goronski will touch up here. 15:37 left to go in the second period. Oswego State still tied 1-1 with the Buffalo State Bengals. And now for the Lakers, as you kind of mentioned, Luke, the snowball effect for Buffalo State, kind of falling behind, can't get out of their zone, heavy shifts in your own zone, only able to just chip it out and go off for a line change because your legs are just exhausted.
Yeah, and Oswego State, as I mentioned yesterday, 17 shots on goal in the second period, and that was huge for them, and we'll see if they can kind of keep that going. 17 of the 34 shots on goal came in that second period, and they haven't really dominated in terms of shots so far, but they have had that good sustained offensive zone time, which usually does lead to shots, as it looks like the net of Bree Goronski might have come off the post there.
Yeah, the mooring for Goronski, so slowing things down a little bit certainly favors the Lakers as they keep that first line out there. Can't win the draw back, and just unable to keep it in was Bailey Thomas, so she'll have to recycle and reset in the neutral zone. Morgan Shines the now. She'll elect to dump it in and let Stewart and Teach out go to work behind the net, battling alongside Shaysher. Where the Lakers, Avery Webster keeping that one as she pinches down back out in front. No one home for the Lakers, but Bailey Thomas on the far side point will fire it back down low behind Goronski's net. Teach out battling. She'll win that one with ease, cuts towards the circle, now looking cut towards slot, makes a move, fires a shot blocked in front by Steinle, and a great job by Steinle, as without that block, it looked like it might have been going top shelf.
Yeah, you said it perfectly there. I don't think Goransky would have had any chance to see that. There were about 4 or 5 bodies between the two teams right in front of the net there, and just a great move by Teachout, getting into the high slot, knowing where the traffic is, but just a better block there by Steinle.
And Teachout will go off for Kylie Grugan to enter as the Lakers are in the middle of the line change. No icing there, despite Farmer calling for it, as Avery Webster picks it up behind the net. Avery Webster firing a stretch pass over for Grugan. She has a step, battling with Madsen, and Madsen knocks her down. So Oswego State will go to the power play after a great stretch pass by Avery Webster, as we see that tripping call that just happened. Luke, take us through it.
Yeah, I think it's actually an interference call. You see Grugan there trying to make a play and kind of just bumped there by Buffalo State, and an easy call there, as Grugan might have had a breakaway from Madsen. Maybe a smart penalty, but it looked like she was matching stride for stride with Grugan there, but kind of elects to take the penalty. So an interesting play there by Madsen. Of course, just a split-second decision to make, and she elects to, not elect, but she takes the penalty there, and we get another look at Oswego State.
It looked like she almost tripped up over her own skates as she was battling with Grugan. Grugan, the bigger forward, able to maintain her ground to some extent, as what we are calling it an interference call, as the PA announcer gives us that one. So Lakers here in their neutral, in their offensive or defensive zone, excuse me, will have to make something happen after Buffalo State was able to clear as Randazzo enters the zone. Randazzo slowing things down at the circle, looking for Teachout. She'll find her at the left point. Back across for Taggart, but we'll get a stoppage in play here. It looked like maybe Brie Goransky was on set, or maybe an offside call. Not quite sure what the deal is here, as the Lakers end up going with a full sail line change, sending out their second unit.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened. We're getting a face-off outside the zone, though, so not sure if maybe an offense committed in front of the net on Goransky, but either way, we'll face it up once again. So an interesting call there. Maybe something along the goaltender's crease or something like that, but nonetheless, for Oswego State, it kind of hampers that power play effectiveness, as they're going to have to reset once again.
And they'll start with their second unit out here, as Avery Webster can't quite keep it in. And something that's a little interesting for the Lakers, they go with 4 defenders, 2 on each power play unit. You've got Taggart and Randazzo on the first one, and Webster and Bailey Thomas on the second. And despite that kind of unorthodox style for Coach Dillon, it works very well.
Yeah, it does, and I know Coach Digby has definitely worked with that unit, and when you have 4 defensemen that can also play offense, that really helps from the point, kind of facilitating that offense. 2
heavy shots as Webster tees one up here, low to the ground. Cruz can't pick up the rebound. A good job by her defensewoman, and Tilko to defend that one on the rebound. Now Shines gets it at the circle, fires a shot, it's fluttered after it's blocked, and Steinle will just able to escape the zone, but Avery Webster battling with her has to do a good job to fend her off. She could have had a short-handed opportunity. And now Toxic and Steinle 2-on-1 the other way. Thomas the one back. And a great job by Thomas to knock that pass down. No shot for the Bengals, despite now for Buffalo State, they're going to just kill some time here on the penalty kill.
Yeah, great job by Bailey Thomas making that block. And if she could have got that pass up, Lakers would have had some big numbers going the other way.
A chance for Steinle, or rather Stetson, but a couple Lakers back there to block that shot. And now Avery Webster will break out with 15 seconds left to go. She'll fire it over for Stewart, tied up with the referee here, but still keeping it in are the Lakers, as Teachout just can't keep it in any longer. And an extra jump by Fadley, looking for an offensive opportunity, but now the Lakers come the other way. 2-on-2. Thomas in the slot, shot just goes wide. Rebound for Stewart, couldn't catch up to that one as the power play ends here. Teachout still out there on the ice, back out in front for a chance. Back out for Randazzo's shot, and rebound looking for it was Amber Thompson. She'll slow things down here with Teachout back for Taggart at the blue line. Just keeping it offside was Taggart, and an uncharacteristic play by Philomena Taggart. The junior defensewoman has been excellent in the offensive zone. Great awareness, but on that play just flubs it, and now it's offside.
Yeah, really no point by Taggart to kind of take that puck back a couple of inches, and it leads to the offsides. And for Oswego State, not a lot of sustained pressure there on that power play, but really got to tip my hat to that Bengals penalty kill unit. They kept a heavy forward check. They even got a couple of short-handed opportunities. So to me, really good job there by the Bengals to stay aggressive in those 2 minutes.
And for the Bengals, it's Shasher entering the zone. Back across for a chance here for Brigante. She can't fire that one on net, as now Molly Evans looks to escape the zone. Gets it to Gustin now. Newfield Kreider couldn't connect on that pass, but she might have had to step on Lackey if she could have received that one with ease. Lackey still trying to escape the zone, just able to do so are the Bengals. Gustin with a heavy forecheck there. Knocks her one off the puck, but still with it now are the Bengals. Swinging around is Gallivan of this third line. Buffalo State only rolling with 3 lines, so something that you kind of see Oswego State struggle with a little bit, as they've got no scratches, as Goransky will hold that one for a face-off. And for the Buffalo State Bengals, you kind of wonder, after playing a game last night against these same Lakers, do your legs start to get tired? You know, you're playing a bunch more minutes as these forwards. They play a high-tempo style, and they're having to face a Lakers team that has so much more speed than last year. And even at the start of the year, you see Teach Out with that speed coming into her own. You see Taggart as well, and a lot of defenders generating some offense for this Oswego State team.
Yeah, and on that fourth line for Oswego State, I think that's added a whole nother level to their offensive attack.
Yeah, and that fourth line out there now with McEwen, Morissette, and McAleer, just an excellent job at forechecking and hemming opposing teams in the offensive zone and allowing their top unit to kind of get out there and work on some tired skaters out there for the opposing team. Steinle with it now for the Bengals. Fires a pass out in front for Toxic. Couldn't quite corral or connect on that one. It looked like it was Madison Byrne with a good defensive effort as she finds her way over for Molly Evans. Morissette fires bank pass, and McEwen just stays on side. She'll beat out the icing behind the net. Circling up as the defenders change for Oswego State, trying to get a pass over from McAleer. Couldn't do so. But instead, Avery Webster comes down from the point, trying to pinch down low, couldn't connect or corral the puck for all that long as now Buffalo State has it. Morissette on the forecheck, battling Stetson, and now Cruz comes away with it, but can't corral it for long, as it's a good pickpocket by Toxic as she goes the other way with it now. Toxic's got Herky, she stays on side, fires a shot into the pads of Avery Webster, and now Grubin trying to escape. She can't quite do so, but Avery Webster will pick it up now behind the net.
Another great job by that fourth line of Oswego State, keeping the heavy forecheck. They get a line change, and now you kind of get your more offensive heavy lines cycling in. So just a really good job by that fourth line to keep that heavy forecheck.
A great chip pass by Grugan to try to pick it up on the other side. Couldn't do so by Matson, but the Lakers forecheck still going to work here. Just about halfway through this second period, Oswego State tied 1-1 with the Bengals, the second to last place team here in the new HL, sitting at 6th as Thomas comes in, fires a shot, blocked by Tilka, and that one looked like it hurt.
Yeah, great job there, just sacrificing. We don't see Amber Thomas kind of wind up those big shots, but that time she did in a really good job and a good block in front, because that shot looked like it was going to go right on goal. So just a good effort, as you mentioned. I think that one could leave a bruise come tomorrow morning.
Second unit out there is Stewart with the puck now. Makes a move, and now she's alone in the circle. Shot scores! Erin Stewart takes the lead as Picarazzi can't stop what she can't see.
Well, I mentioned in the pregame, don't be surprised if Erin Stewart notches one on senior night, and she does it right there. And a great job setting up in front of the net as Stewart was able to skate into that slot area. Had a really wide open shot as we look here on the replay. A great pass in front. Puck kind of got tipped. You see Shines there. A nifty move on the backhand, going to the forehand, and then beating Madsen with a fantastic shot off that left stick by Erin Stewart. Another look here on this angle, and just a nifty move into that face-off circle, and that shot is going to be money all day, every day for Erin Stewart, getting a goal on her senior day.
And a great pass by Bailey Thomas on the opportunity as she was able to find Erin Stewart. Really a tough shot, a tough pass to make, and great IQ and ability to see as the Lakers will go to the power play once Buffalo State touches up. Looked like there was a body check behind the play, or behind the net, I should say, as Sarah Cruz comes out as the extra skater, and it's touched up by Buffalo State. And with 9:16 left to go, you're kind of maybe seeing a snowball effect. Lakers with momentum on their senior night, crowd really into it. We'll wait and see what happens on this power play.
Yeah, now they get to go on the power play where they'll get to keep out Stewart, Rendazzo, Teach Out, Thomas, Taggart. This is the best offensive unit. I've said a couple times throughout this season, this is their best offensive unit, and this is going to be their best chance to extend that lead to 2 goals. And for Buffalo State, this is a big penalty you have to kill off. A good job keeping the aggressive forecheck on the first time, but you got to make sure that momentum in this hockey game doesn't completely shift in the second period.
Taggart finds a pass to Teach Out. Back for Rendazzo, flipping around for Taggart. Taggart slowing things down a bit. Center port for Rendazzo. Rendazzo slowing it down. Now Teach Out with it. Back across for Taggart. Can't corral that pass. Now back out for Teach Out at the circle. Fires a shot. Good save by Goransky, as that one was destined for the back of the net. Oh,
yeah.
And Amber Thomas slows down and trips up a little bit, and she hit her head right into the boards, and slow to get up, or hasn't got up yet, is Amber Thomas in the offensive zone right by the hash marks, and slow to get up. You saw it happen a couple games ago, I think against Morrisville the first time they were here, as the training staff comes out for Oswego State, and you saw Amber Thomas right near her own boards. As we watched the replay on this one, for Amber Thomas, she kind of trips up right here, and her head and neck going right into the boards in the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. You saw it a couple games ago. She was able to get back into that gameplay, kind of rolling around, moving her head. She's taking her helmet off as well, so tough break for the Lakers here, and for Amber Thomas still on the ice.
Yeah, and of course an immediate kind of look there by the training staff to come out and take a look at her. Of course her legs moving, but not to her feet yet, so important that the training staff was able to get out there right away. And obviously a brutal hit and we hope that Amber Thomas, of course, is able to get up under her own power as MCC has really fallen to a silence here.
And so 8:47 left to go here for the Lakers, and a power play that's kind of just been muted after that tough fall by Amber Thomas. Still, Coach Digby coaching his team up as we see the legs moving of Amber Thomas as we wait for her to kind of get up and complete the testing.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to have to bring out a stretcher here. So as we wait for the EMTs to come on the ice, this is obviously a very, very scary, very somber moment inside the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. And obviously we hope everything is okay with Amber Thomas, as she is still down on the ice there in the Lakers offensive zone.
Yeah, and it looks like the other trainer for Buffalo State coming out now to help with the Oswego State training staff as the EMTs get here. They get the board to get Amber Thomas onto us. We'll throw it to a quick break here on Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP 10. Welcome back inside the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena, and with the lengthy delay after Amber Thomas took a spill and ended up colliding with her head into the boards, still getting the stretcher out there onto the ice as Buffalo State and showing their respect, and Kate Randazzo over there by the stretcher as well, trying to talk to Amber Thomas and make sure everything's good with the EMTs, trying to get her up onto the board now and eventually get her to a hospital and see what happened. And obviously we saw her moving her hands earlier on in the sequence, so it was very fortunate we saw that, but again, slow to get her up onto the stretcher and now off the ice.
Yeah, and of course, one of those injuries you want to take your time with, and Savac obviously did here. So as we wait for Thomas to go off the ice, and this is obviously becomes bigger than the game at this point. And as you mentioned, Matt Kate Randazzo over there looking on as Thomas is obviously on the stretcher now, and you know it's just obviously just one of those scary hits that you hope never happens. So you obviously wishing all the best for Amber Thomas as she will be transported off the ice momentarily, and just obviously a very scary situation as kind of her head and neck went right into the boards, and one of those hits in hockey that you never want to see happen.
Yeah, and for her it was no body check or no hit from Buffalo State side. She just kind of slid in, and both sides here giving her a clap or an applause as she's moved off the ice. And we wait to see kind of what happens here with her. And of course, Oswego State now still on a power play. Not really something we want to touch on all too much after the scary incident with Amber Thomas getting stretchered off the ice. And now down the Zamboni exit as we wait and see for Oswego State. Again, 8:47 left to go here in this game when Amber Thomas ended up falling into the boards and was unable to get up under her own power. So taking the stretcher, but again, we saw a couple of limbs moving, her arms and her feet as well. So for her sake, we wish her nothing but the best. And for the Lakers and Buffalo State, there's still a game to play.
Yeah, and of course, with Amber Thomas, you mentioned, obviously when the head and neck are involved, you want to kind of take your time, and a good job there. So as both teams kind of take the ice here, it's almost kind of weird, but we do have a game, of course, with Oswego State taking the 2-1 lead in this second period, and they're going to face off from center ice. And a minute 31 left here on the power play opportunity for Oswego State.
Yeah, they'll send out the top unit with Kylie Grugan now as the Lakers win the draw back for Farmer, and Randazzo looking to escape the zone. Randazzo with it now, gets it over for Stewart, trying to enter the zone, does so, gets it to the stick of Kylie Grugan now, and trying to reset or recycle are the Lakers as Steinle goes the other way 1-on-3. Steinle holds up at the blue line, gets it for Toxic at the circle, looking for a shot, knocked down by Teachout. And Oswego State has a break the other way, 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Taggart leading the rush, Stewart behind her. Taggart now circles back around, will slow things down here and try to get a rush, or really a zone presence established. Haven't had too much of that here in this power play so far. 50 seconds left to go in the power play, 8:05 left to go in the game, and Buffalo State's Toxic will just chip it out of the zone and take an extra couple seconds and a couple strides.
Yeah, and for Oswego State, kind of a sloppy back pass there by Philomena Taggart. She had both Teachout and Randazzo and kind of fluttered it between them, and that allows for Buffalo State to kind of get an easy zone exit.
And Randazzo with it now at the circle, lays it down for Stewart. Stewart behind the net, she'll fire it around the boards, looking for Taggart on the other side, who can just get to it, and she'll have to chip it back and around as she was attacked by a defender in Herky. Now for Randazzo, 20 seconds left to go, just about, as Teachout picks it up, fires a cross-ice pass for Taggart. Taggart to Randazzo here at center point, hesitating, fires a shot on net and a chance, and a good one, and a surprise that one hits the net as Stetson was about 2 feet out, from Taggart when she make the shot. Teach out now, shot save and no rebound there as it's fired right into the crest of Brie Goronski.
Yeah, great save there and a good shot there by Megan Teachout. Grugan and Stewart were right on the opposing post, so if there's any chance for rebound, the Lakers were all over it on both sides, which of course is a positive note for them. And Oswego State, you know, you got a power play goal last game from Megan Teachout, but you also got a goal from Sarah Cruz, who's now on the ice for the Lakers, and Conboy, the one that, or excuse me, Shines had the goal earlier. So for Oswego State, even though the power play ends, still some opportunities going the other way.
And again, a chance here for Lackey, 2-on-1, makes a move, trying to get around Bailey Thomas. Good job by her. And now Avery Webster knocked down into the boards. No call there, and a surprising no call. It looked like she was either high-sticked or held or even tripped.
Yeah, it looked like even maybe a hook there. She kind of got her stick into Avery Webster, and Webster got cleared into the boards, and that would have been a really tough penalty coming right out of the box and committing another one.
Shines with a chance here, 1-on-1, looking for a pass across for Sarah Cruz, couldn't quite find her. Would have liked to see Conboy take the shot instead. Or Shines, rather. Back the other way, Shasher. Shasher leaving it for Jessica Carter behind the net of Rachel Farmer, or behind the goal line. Referee tied up with this one, but let's Molly Evans play that one alongside Bailey Thomas. Back to the point for Buffalo State's Radcliffe, now for Steinle. Steinle can't quite corral, just keeping it is Steinle. A great job by her as Carter has a chance the other way. Carter holds up at the circle, can't quite cut to the slot. A good job by Gustafson, and her line mates team up to fire that one out of the zone.
Yeah, good kind of stick movement there by Shines to just force that puck out of the zone and allow her team to get a line change. And it looks like Buff State kind of trying to get maybe some odd man rushes, or odd woman rushes, excuse me, to try to tie this game up, because their set offense really hasn't been the same as we saw in that first period. They've kind of struggled to get those offensive opportunities.
Yeah, only 9 shots on goal, and they finished that first period with 8. So through about 15 minutes of play here in the second period, Buffalo State really unable to enter the zone with many chances and or much success at all, as the Lakers finally fire it back out.
But on the other side, of course, for Buffalo State, you're only trailing 2-1. So you mentioned how badly you've been outshot in this second period. Still only down by 1 goal and really 1 play away from getting this game tied up, as it looked like maybe a possible penalty there, as I believe that's Conboy dragging down her woman, but no call.
Burns pass, misses the stick of Lackey. No icing there, as Ashley McAleer able to touch up here, battling alongside the defender for Radcliffe for Buffalo State. And Lakers got a new line out there with Morissette, McEwen out there as well. Top defensive pair out there for the Lakers, and Taggart and Randazzo. Randazzo had an assist on the initial goal for the Oswego State as the puck bumps out and out of play. And according to people in the air, of course, for Amber Thomas, when she was moved off the ice, she was talking and alert. So a good sign for Amber Thomas that she was stretched off the ice just moments ago. But again, you look at Oswego State, and so far in this game, you give an early goal in the first minute of the game to Jessica Carter from Toxic and Fadley, and since then, it really seems like it's been almost all Oswego State.
Yeah, it really has, especially, they've looked especially good really the last 10 minutes of that first period and the first 15 of this second period, and they've really tried to grab this momentum. We mentioned Buffalo State kind of playing some skaters down in a sense, and after a game yesterday, that of course favors the speed and the stamina, excuse me, of this Oswego State Lakers offense.
Looking for McEwen, she accepts the pass and just fires it in as she kind of lost it in her body. And now looking to escape the zone, Fadley, she can't do so. A chance for Morissette, tipping it was Morissette in front, and a nifty stop by Goronski. And with 4:38 left to go here in the second period, Oswego State nursing a 1-goal lead, and they'll get an offensive zone draw and send out one of their top units. Morgan Shines out there alongside Erin Stewart and Megan Teachout. They'll send out that second defensive pair as well in Webster and Bailey Thomas.
Yeah, and Emma Morissette, someone with only 2 points on the year, but that time she had a great opportunity in front of the net, but Brie Goronski standing tall.
Teachout wraps around, fluffs a shot, and she had almost all of the top of the near side portion of the net wide open, with Goronski down in that butterfly position. Couldn't quite fire a shot off, so now the other way is Steinle.
Yeah,
so fired around the boards of Rachel Farmer.
Sorry, Matt. You know, you don't expect Megan Teachout to miss those shots very often, and that time she kind of, as you mentioned, just kind of fanned on that one.
Chance out in front for Buffalo State. Avery Webster intercepts, and she'll try to clear the zone away from Toxic, and does so. Now with it's Megan Teachout, fires a cross-ice pass for Erin Stewart, entering the zone. Not much help there, so she'll chip it in behind the play. Erin Stewart picks it back up on the other side, and she'll skate around to the far side, looking for a pass out for Bailey Thomas. Couldn't find her, as it was blocked, and had a pair of Buffalo State Bengals on her. And Avery Webster keeps it in. Avery Webster's got Teachout in the slot, in the high slot, but her pass or shot is blocked by Steinle, who escapes the zone. No icing there, as it's touched up by Bailey Thomas. And therefore he's got a Buffalo State stick caught in his skates. So fortunate for him, he's unable to get tripped up, and the Lakers back the other way, looking to generate some offense as Berkeley Radcliffe is looking to escape the zone for Buffalo State and does so. Kylie Grugan intercepts, leaves it for Madison Byrne. Cross-ice pass for Madison Byrne now, or rather Kylie Grugan, I should say, battling alongside Radcliffe behind the net. Buffalo State coming away with that one, and now flipping the ice for Hannah Gallivan. She'll cut back down behind the net of Brie Goronski, who's really been impressive tonight so far.
Yeah, she really has. Only 2 goals allowed on 13 saves for her, as she almost had to make another one there. But I just like the way that she kind of controls herself, especially down in that butterfly, as maybe if you're the Lakers, you want to test her high a little bit more.
And now back to the way Briganti, 1-on-5, as Buffalo State was in the middle of a line change. She does a good job holding on, letting her team get back into play. Back to the way now is Conboy. Conboy entering the zone, 1-on-1 with Fadley. Leaves it for a Laker, and Evans firing a shot, and looked like Goronski made the save from the trailer, and Molly Evans with firing the shot. Lackey with it now, behind the net, battle alongside Newfield Kreider. Gustafson in on the forecheck as well. And Buffalo State able to clear here, and they've got some numbers that they can hurry. Cruzel enters the zone. She's got Stetson to her right. Cruzel through the slot, and a good job by Taggart and Molly Evans just to kind of force her to the outside.
Yeah, good job by Taggart just tying up the stick there, and Buffalo State just looking for answers offensively right now.
Back out in front, and Stetson just a step away, but she had a wide open back door. She could have got caught up to the puck on the cross-ice pass from Herky. This line seems to be really the best line for Buffalo State. Haven't generated a lot of offense or really goals, but for Cruzall, Herky, and Stetson, they might be the best line that Buffalo State has so far today.
Yeah, and it's just tough when you have a team in Buffalo State that really doesn't score that much. Only 3 players with more than 10 points on the year. Obviously only scoring about 1.5 goals per game. So it's just been tough for them to kind of get their legs under them. But I think they've done a really good job defensively. Goronski's only faced 15 shots on goal. And in this season, she's had to make 30+ saves in 14 of her 19 starts. So if they can kind of lighten the load on Goronski, that's, I think, when they play their best hockey, and that's what we're seeing so far tonight.
And she's a goaltender that was all-New HL first team just about a year ago and goalie of the year, so kind of hurts when you lose a bunch of defenders and a bunch of offensive power from your team last year and even the year before that. As she struggled to a sub-900 save percentage with about 1:30 to go. Lakers trying to escape their zone. Again, a 2-0 lead. An early goal for Buffalo State about a minute in from Jessica Carter, but Morgan Shines and Aaron Stewart battled their way back here in the second period for Aaron Stewart, scoring hers, of course, Shines in the first. And now a 2-on-1 the other way. Teach out, has Shines. Teach out, shot, save, rebound. Goes behind the net. Aaron Stewart picked that one up. And a great stop by Goronski.
Yeah, just kind of hugged the post there to make that save. Maybe if you're Teach out, you want to get that pass towards the front of the net where she had Shines.
Back out for Stewart at the circle. Battle alongside by Hergy. Randazzo keeps it in by Cruzal, but couldn't keep it in for long. And Taggart pushes up on her woman in Stetson in a dangerous play, but a good play in the neutral zone for Taggart, as if she was beat, it might have been a breakaway for Buffalo State, as Fadley's got a 2-on-1. Fadley looking for a pass across for Herky, couldn't quite find her, so it goes behind the net of Rachel Farmer. Back out the other side with this is Herky, trying to generate some offense for this Buffalo State squad that's really had only 1 shot on net through this first period. With 30 seconds left to go, they might not get another one. Morissette, shot blocked into the boards by her defender. And now Sioux State with Sarah Cruz at the circle shot. Looked like it might have been blocked in front by Grugan, and Cruz was firing top blocker side the entire way.
Yeah, Grugan kind of incidental block there, just came up and hit her body and prevents the shot on goal from Sarah Cruz.
Steinle 1-on-1 shot, high rebound out in front. And a good job by Gustafson to jump in and clear that puck. And a wide open shot just goes wide, and from point blank range, a great chance for Jessica Carter as play stops here. And I think I might have jinxed it a little bit as Buffalo State fires 2 quick shots, only 1 on net. But for Farmer, didn't really see much action there in that second period.
Yeah, that first save she kind of had to jump up to make, but the second one, Jessica Carter looked like she might have had a good opportunity right out there in front looking for her second goal of the night, but Rachel Farmer stands tall. It goes high and wide, and for Oswego State, you get 1 goal, it's 2-1. It could have been more, but again, taking the lead in the third period is always key.
Yeah, and for Buffalo State doing an excellent job blocking shots. Lakers with 35 shots, only 17 on goal so far. So we'll take a quick break here on WTOP 10. When we come back, the intermission report with Ben Kinney and Thomas Turgeon. Don't go anywhere. You're watching WTOP 10.
And welcome back into Hockey Afternoon here in Oswego on WTOP. Ben Kinney, Tom Turgeon with you as we look back at the second period. Oswego taking the lead here What'd you see out of the last period of play?
It was a great period of play for the Lakers for sure. As we looked at that second period, they outshot them pretty solidly. As we'll look at that second period summary, here.
Absolutely. 17-10 in favor of Oswego for shots on goal. Oswego now 0 for 3 on the power play, 3 power play opportunities, but still dominating that face-off column, Tom, 22-7.
That is truly important here for the Lakers, as they have came from behind now to put up 2 unanswered to go up 2-1 here at the end of the second, but it's been very crucial for the Lakers with those face-off wins.
Now that first goal came just about halfway through the second period. Erin Stewart notching her 9th goal of the year. Let's take a look at a replay of this goal. Walk me through this, Tom.
And we'll see this one here. Stewart gets by the defense. It looks a winger with a nifty move. Uses an Oswego player as well as the Buffalo State defenseman to produce a screen on Guranowski, and Roos on top shelf to make it a 1-1 game.
Really good shot. Now we turn Amber Thomas, a scary moment here. She went down, was taken off on a stretcher, and that's definitely going to be a big hit to this Oswego team. As we see her stats here, 6 goals, 14 assists this season, and coming in with a +7 average. What is the possibility of her being out for the season?
It is very unsure at this moment. As of right now, though, it should be an interesting one to see the results of what the evaluation is as she's on her way to the emergency room right now. She's 3rd on the team in points, though, which is a critical blow for their offensive production.
Absolutely, and it's also good to note she was talking and she was moving as they were bringing her out to the ambulance. Now this injury, obviously any injury of this severity where something like this happens, it's going to dampen the atmosphere of the home
most
team.
Definitely dampened the atmosphere as we were sitting here while they were trying to work on her for a solid 10 minutes, as it was bare quiet here in the MCC, but it started to pick up pace once the puck dropped again, and the period carried on, and now it's still a 2-1 hockey game for the Lakers.
Now, you saw the pace slow down a little bit this period. Do you think that's because of the injury and just the whole mood change around that?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel the injury definitely played a huge role when it came to momentum swings. It being very slow and having to wait there, and the anticipation going through that is just waiting for your teammate or fellow hockey player to see what's going on. Definitely slows the momentum and how your legs build up for that hockey game.
Now the Lakers, towards the end of the period, struggling to get more of the offensive opportunities. When they did, they would turn them over. What needs to change for Oswego coming into this third?
For Oswego, for sure, their defense has got to stay a little bit more stable when it comes to their defensive strategy, as they allowed a few odd man rushes closer to the end of that second period. As we looked in the final minutes of that second period, a missed fumble of the puck created a great opportunity for the Bengals out in front of the net of Farmer with a one-on-one opportunity.
Now, we talk about tonight being senior night. We saw the 4 seniors that are graduating, many of them making a big impact, especially Rachel Farmer, making a big impact on this Oswego team once they graduate. Now, who on this Oswego team is going to have to really step up to the plate to ensure this team's success going on the next year and the season after and continuing on?
It's all going to go down to really the younger people. When you look at players like Cruz and Teachout and Grugan, they're going to be your backbone, especially when it comes into looking here at this roster. Farmer is a senior, therefore they have no other goaltending. Their front office for the Lakers for sure is going to have to do some solid recruitment to back up that goaltending slot for next season.
Now, we're going to go to a quick break. When we return, we are going to send it back up to the press box for the third period of play here on Hockey Night in Oswego on WTOP. And welcome back to the Murano Campus Center here at SUNY Oswego as the Buffalo State Bengals come in and take on the Oswego State Lakers. Ben Kinney Tom Turgeon with you. Now, Tom, we were touching on the seniors, as this is senior night, the outgoing seniors. Do you see this next, do you see next season, there we go, as a rebuilding year for the Lakers? Or do you think they can still be a contender?
I honestly believe they can still be a contender. Their scoring is still going to be in that same ballpark when you have players like Thomas, Taggart, and Teachout coming back, but the goaltending is truly going to be a factor for them in the upcoming season.
All right, now let's take a look at what do both teams need to, what coaching adjustments? If you're the coach for the Bengals, let's start out with Buffalo State. What are your adjustments to get your team either to tie up this game or back in the lead?
The first few shifts are going to be critical for this Bengals squad as they come out here for the third. Down by one, they got outshot clearly throughout that second period, but first few shifts are going to be huge to boost their momentum here.
Now, if you're the Lakers, Diane Dillon, if you're Diane Dillon, what are you doing?
The same thing, exact same thing they were doing these past two periods. Their first few shifts, once again, are going to be critical. If they keep that offensive zone going for them, their momentum is going to stay upbeat and keep up with the pace.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens here in this third period of play, but we'll see you after the third period of play for the post-game report. Until then, let's send it back up to Matt Watling and Luke Owens.
Thank you, Ben. Back inside the Steve Levy press box here of the Marano Campus Center Ice Arena. Just about 2 minutes until puck drop here for the third period is scheduled. Oswego State with a 2-1 lead. And Luke, we talk about senior day, and it seems like they haven't really been given enough credit. This is a senior roster that's been through so much. The last year of ECAC play for this Oswego State team was their freshman year, and now 3 seasons of New HL play, 3 playoff appearances, I should say, or 2 playoff appearances, I should say, this being the 3rd season of New HL play. And really that our freshman year, so the first season of New HL play was so unbelievable to follow and cover. This was a team with Olivia Ellis, and you just had Kate Randazzo, and you felt you could sense some kind of leadership abilities coming from her. Obviously, her sophomore year, she ends up being an alternate captain, and now throughout she's been the captain for now 2 seasons. And it was kind of interesting talking to her about the one last ride kind of mentality, and she didn't give you much. She was like, you know what, this is another game. We're taking a game-by-game basis. This was 2 weeks ago when I last interviewed them for an Oswegonian story, and just the mindset of this team. And it's kind of overplayed and overhyped, but the fact that they're just, you know what, let us keep playing. We're going to keep rolling and see what happens. It's such a great mindset to have for a captain, for a senior kind of leadership group that's been through so much.
Yeah, and it really shouldn't be understated that this is one of the best Lakers team we've seen in quite some time. They've already clinched, of course, a winning season. And it's their first winning season since 2016-17, a year in which they went 16-8-2, and that was the last year in ECAC play. And now, you know, they clinched the playoff berth last night, and this is a team that has made the New HL playoffs every single year of its existence, and 2 wins away from really sealing that home ice advantage in the semifinal round. And that's really huge, of course, avoiding going to Plattsburgh State in the first round. You kind of can avoid them and hope you can meet them there in the championship. And yeah, the senior groups have been stellar. Madison Burnson we haven't talked about too much, but she's been huge, especially on the defensive end. I mean, she does such a good job blocking shots and kind of being a leader on that defensive team as well.
And it's not going to be something you see in the scoreboard or in the stat sheet with her only 6 points in her 91 career games played heading into today. But you look at who she's playing with aside from Kate Randazzo. A lot of underclassmen, especially last year, it was kind of a bit of a rebuilding year, but still Randazzo, Byrne, and even kind of Taker to some extent really stepping up and showing these freshmen, as there's 3 sophomores, 3 freshmen last year on defensive end, really showing them kind of how it's done and how to be a Lakers defender.
Yeah, and I can really see that even this year. She's been with Molly Evans most of the year, and we've really seen Molly Evans kind of step up. She had her first career goal yesterday, and to me, she's really come into her own defensively, and it's been really nice to see Byrne kind of mentor her and show that kind of defensive mindedness that Byrne possesses and passing that on to Molly Evans.
Right, with 19:44 left to go here, an offensive zone draw for the Bengals is won by Buffalo State, and they try to get to work here. Jessica Carter now toxic on the forecheck, but it looks like it's Erin Stewart able to pick it up on the far side. Chipping it just out, and now it gets a chance for Morgan Shines. She's got Teach out 2-1 if they can hurry. Jessica Carter does a good job getting back, but it's almost pointless as Cheyenne Matson knocks the puck off of Convoy or Shines for the Lakers. Just keeping it in is Taggart. She'll slow things down here for Teach out. Shines back at the point for Taggart, and she'll creep back down low as Taggart regains position. Stewart with it now, hesitates and circles back the other way. It looked like she almost got caught up in the skates or on the ice, as now Shines picks up, fires a cross-ice pass for Teach out. Has to slow it down at the far side circle, no real angle. Fires a pass back across, and Randazzo chips in as Shines went off for a line change. Randazzo still with it. Shot just goes wide for Stewart now behind the net. She'll creep back out on the near side. Corner board, cycle down low for Convoy. Lakers in the midst of a line change. Avery Webster out there. Convoy with a chance. Can't quite get there as Teachout picks it up at the left point. Teachout slowing things down, trying to fire it down low. And now Gustafson will go to work on the forecheck. Gets it for Shines. Or for Convoy, excuse me. Back out for Gustafson. Fans on a pass. Stays behind the net looking for a move to try to shrug off or shy away from Cheyenne Matson, who's been out there for about 90 seconds now as the Buffalo State Bengals can't seem to change. Avery Webster keeps it in, gets to the circle. Hesitates, shot just goes wide. Bailey Thomas trying to keep it in, and she's able to do so at least momentarily. And now a break the other way. Toxic's in on a breakaway. At the hash marks, cuts in, makes a move, shot. What a save by Farmer. Off the mask. What a great save to keep the Lakers within the lead.
What a save by Rachel Farmer, denying Toxic. As I mentioned earlier, she's the one Bengal you don't want all alone on the breakaway, and she was all alone. And what a save there positionally by Rachel Farmer. And it looked like Gustafson might have tripped up her woman. No call as the Buff State bench upset about the no call. But just what a save by Rachel Farmer as we take a look at the replay. You see her get the breakaway opportunity. Webster trying to chase, goes to the backhand, and Rachel Farmer just really staying positionally sound to make that save with the pads.
Yeah, and a tough break for Buffalo State, but Farmer is so confident out a foot beyond her crease. That just shows the confidence of a goaltender cutting down the angle. And for Toxic, you've got to try to elevate on Rachel Farmer. She does such a great job getting her pads low and keeping it out. Now Grugan has a chance the other way on a breakaway. Chased by Fadley. Grugan, shot, saved by Goronski, and no rebound there. So the second period didn't see much action, but now just not even 3 minutes in, we're starting to see some play pick up here, Luke.
Yeah, we did, and Radcliffe did a good job getting back defensively for Buffalo State. Not exactly a true breakaway, for Grugan there, but nonetheless a good job getting a shot on goal, and Goronski makes the save. So a lot of action, a lot of before those two breakaways, sustained zone time for the Lakers. They got a line shift in while keeping the puck in the offensive zone, and Buffalo State had to keep their defense on the ice. So a good job by the Bengals, able to clear the zone and get the line change eventually.
And the puck comes off and out of the Buffalo State zone, brought back in by Kylie Grugan. So we'll see an offside call here with 17:35 left to go in the game, Oswego State with a 2-1 lead. Both goals for the Lakers came in succession after a quick goal by Jessica Carter for Buffalo State to put them ahead. Morgan Shines able to tip in a deflected shot from Randazzo at the point. And then in that second period, the lone goal was for Erin Stewart from Megan Teachout. And just a brilliant pass by Teachout on that sequence that you'll see on a replay of during the post-game show in just about 20 minutes or so after this period. Brought to you by Ben Kinney and Thomas Turgeon as Buffalo State comes in 1-on-1. Toxic looking for more chances as she was unable to score on the breakaway. Now Steinle enters the zone back again. Randazzo slowing things down in her own zone, just spinning away from Toxic. Could have been a risky play if Toxic was able to make the play and get the puck.
Yeah, Toxic's had a really good start. We saw the breakaway, and she almost had a chance for 2 more good offensive opportunities, but a good job there by Randazzo.
Randazzo cuts to the circle, fires a shot, just goes wide. Morissette trips over her own 2 feet, so Buffalo State with an easy zone exit. Back across for Taggart. Now for McEwen. In the neutral zone, she'll chip it in and let Erin Stewart go to work as the top line back out there for the Lakers, or rather the second line, I should say, of Shines, Teachout, and Stewart. They started off that third period, and they've done an excellent job so far in the period. Avery Webster firing it back around for Teachout. It hits Shines instead. Shines back around for Shasher. Now behind the net will slow things down as Erin Stewart starts the forecheck. Gets over for Gallivan, looking to escape the zone, just able to do so. But Teachout's stick tries to get over to for Avery Webster, but instead it goes back behind the net of Rachel Farmer. Over for Bailey Thomas in the near side corner, boys. Now for Shine. She just clears the zone, but Matson intercepts that one inside the neutral zone. Back in the zone for Buffalo State are the Bengals, and now a chance for Briganti. She couldn't quite corral it. It looked like it was Kira Haynes trying to make something happen, but she was going off for a line change anyway, so kind of had to flutter that one and leave it near the blue line.
A couple moments ago, really nice shot by Kate Randazzo. You can kind of see it that she wants to get that senior goal.
And now a break for Kirky. A diving effort by Webster and a great play to break up the opportunity as Kirky had a decent angle. Now the block for Teachout. She's able to stick that one just behind the defender of Fadley, and Oswego State couldn't quite connect on the pass, but if Teachout's able to maintain that one, she might have had a breakaway from her own blue line.
Yeah, it really feels like anytime Megan Teachout touches the puck, there's an opportunity for a good scoring opportunity, so a good job there by Matson to kind of clear that puck away and keep it in the Bengals zone.
A shot by the Bengals, blocked by McEwen, or rather Shines. Bengals, Matson with a shot, rebound in front, still loose. Farmer with it, can't quite find it. Puck loose now, right about the hash marks Whistle not blown dead, and the Lakers pull away with it. And a great chance for the Bengals, an even better stop by Farmer, because there was a slew of bodies in close as the Lakers will go down for an icing.
Yeah, and that original save by Rachel Farmer was incredible, but it was really the second effort where there's a lot of traffic in front. You see the puck get tipped, and it almost goes 5-foot, but Rachel Farmer able to kind of close up there, close the pads, and make an incredible save on the second opportunity as well.
15:04 left to go here in the game on Senior Day, the last home game for the Lakers until the playoffs, assuming they're able to get a couple more points than Morrisville. And right now, with Morrisville having to play a pair of games against Plattsburgh, and Oswego State a 1-point lead on them, it seems like Oswego State's almost all but destined for a home game, as Buffalo State's starting to try to pick up some steam here. Of course, Oswego State not looking towards that Canton game that they have next Saturday on the road, or even the playoffs, as they've got another 15-minute battle against Buffalo State, a team that's not the most talented, but certainly has quite a bit of fight as the Lakers enter the zone.
Yeah, and really no scoreboard watching either for the Lakers, as Morrisville not in UHL action until next week. But if they can come away with a win here, Morrisville would have to beat the #1 team in the country in Plattsburgh State 2 times next weekend. So you kind of like Oswego State's chances of locking up that 2 seed if they can come away with 2 points today. But as you mentioned, Buffalo State still hanging around, still a 1-goal lead, and just 1 play, 1 bounce away from tying things up.
Right, and they'll get an offensive zone draw here with 15:03 left to go. Briganti on the draw for Buffalo State, and Molly Evans able to battle that one back around for her senior defensive partner in Madison Byrne. Byrne trying to find Grugan. She's able to just escape the zone as Cruz able to fire it wide. And now it looks like it'll go down the length of the ice for an icing. So now Oswego State will flip the script and look to generate some offense of their own here with 14:46 remaining.
And I think that's a big icing if you're Buffalo State, because you're starting to gain some momentum, getting some good shots on Rachel Farmer. Rachel Farmer's been really tested a lot in these last 5 minutes or so, and now you get to flip the ice, get a face-off where you've really dominated 26-10, and now 27-10 as Sarah Cruz wins that face-off. Unfortunately for the Lakers, though, it trickles out of the zone.
Yes, Molly Evans couldn't quite catch up to it, and now back the other way is for the Buffalo State Bengals, Kyle Lackey. Kyle Lackey tries to dump it off over her D partner as Lackey takes a spill. And now back the other way for Oswego State as Madison Byrne picks up the puck in the defensive zone. Now Teachout will cycle back, trying to pick up some speed here through the neutral zone. She's tripped up, no call there, as it looked like a slash might have knocked her down to the ice, and a good no call there as Morissette just fires it in behind the net.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was just a good stick play there. And for Teachout, she's kind of used that cycle method where she cycles around, tries to gain some speed entering the zone, and a good job by Buffalo State kind of recognizing the play style of Megan Teachout, of course, playing her yesterday where she was able to tally on a power play goal.
Right, the new HL Rookie of the Week for last week. Farmer was the goaltender of the week for the Lakers of that time, and for Oswego State trying to generate some offense and keep the play away from Rachel Farmer, who's had to make a flurry of a couple of really great saves so far this third period. About 6 minutes gone as Taggart keeps it in and fires back down low for McEwen. Back out looking for McAleer, couldn't quite find her as Buffalo State trying to escape, but a step slow there as Briganti just able to escape the zone. Tired legs out there for the Bengals as they go for a line change. And the puck soars up and out of play here. So a nice souvenir for one of the fans here on senior night.
I was ready for that. If it came into the box, the hands were ready to go. I dropped the paper immediately. I was ready to make a snag, but as you mentioned, it turns into a nice souvenir down there on senior day. A nice crowd on hand. I see a lot of big heads, I guess you'd call them, those printouts of the players' heads directly across from us. So always an interesting sight.
Right, a couple of former Lakers out here as well celebrating their teammates and watching the game here. Stetson chips it up and around Randazzo, trying to establish a bit of his forecheck of her own for this top line for the Bengals. Back to the point, back across, looking for what looked to be either, couldn't quite make the number, looked like Cruzall was there. And now the Lakers have a chance. In a breakaway, Morgenshines can't quite connect on the pass from Teachout, and she surely would have a grand opportunity to net her second of the game. Now back the other way, 3-on-1. Stetson, Randazzo directing traffic. Stetson at the circle, back across, and a diving effort by Randazzo, but instead it hits the skate of Herky. Back-to-back glorious chances, but neither team can connect on a shot.
Yeah, and for the Bengals there, it looked like Herky kind of got turned around, and for us, we could say a great initial pass by Megan Teachout.
Randazzo beats out the icing and fires a pass over for Stewart, who can't connect once more. Another shot up high, rebound down in front, and Buffalo State will clear it. It looks like it might go down for the icing, but Toxic battling for it, and she beats out the icing. So Toxic with it now circling back around, looking for a play. Back at center point, looking to cut towards the slot, lose the puck, and Randazzo will chip it down. It won't look like there'll be an icing here as Randazzo is knocked down. As she'll try to get back to the bench here before Buffalo State can reset and get into the offensive zone.
What a sequence by the Lakers' senior captain, Kate Randazzo. She's going to take a seat, a little bit slow to get off the ice with that kind of grabbing the leg, but just a great job defensively there on Toxic, as Toxic originally beat out the icing, but Randazzo sticking with the play.
Yeah, Randazzo went end to end what seemed like 2 times, as Newfield Kreider has a chance, but she loses the puck to Kai Lackey. And for the Lakers, they regain possession. Gustafson behind the net, looking for Shines, couldn't quite find her. That was Conboy, excuse me. Back to the point for Avery Webster. Shot, low to the ice, deflected out in front by Conboy, and she couldn't quite connect as it went just wide. Bailey Thomas keeps it in here for the Lakers, but again, for the Buffalo State Bengals, can't escape the zone, and now Grugan has a chance, makes a move, in all alone. Shot just goes up and over Brie Goronski, and another chance for Cruz. She can't connect, and she's knocked down to the ice, and the Lakers still with some offensive opportunities here. Gustafson gets to the circle, and she'll try to slow things down here. Quite a bit of action here the last couple shifts for both sides, as Gustafson is knocked down. No call there. Back out in front for Grugan with Sarah Cruz, but she couldn't quite connect. And now Bailey Thomas trying to fire it down low, couldn't quite do so. As Bengals can finally clear it, not past the red line, as Avery Webster will cycle it back in, and both sides will go for a line change.
These past few games, Kylie Grugan has been so good in tight, and that time again showing with the kind of the nifty dangle, and the shot just goes high. But for Kylie Grugan, she's really come into her own as another stellar freshman on this Lakers roster, and she really has been a great addition, as the Lakers are going to look like they're going to go on the power play after a tripping call.
Yeah, looks like McCune was dragged down by, I can't quite make out the number. It looks to be Cheyenne Matson of this Buffalo State Bengals defense. So she was down on her rear end and was able to trip up McEwen. So Oswego State going to a power play with 10:49 left to go. Lakers nursing a 2-1 lead, and for an Oswego State power play that hasn't generated a lot of offense, this one could be crucial.
It could, and the offense has definitely picked up these last couple of moments, and now, of course, with Amber Thomas being out with that injury, it'll be Emily Gustafson out with that top power play unit. So we'll see how they blend together, as Gustafson will take that first faceoff.
Yeah, and she'll win the draw back for Philomena Taggart at the point, looking for Randazzo. Puck elevates on her after it looked to be Toxic trying to put some pressure on Taggart, as the official call is tripping, and Taggart gets a chance in all alone. Fires a shot, rebound right there for Gustafson, and she scores! Emily Gustafson brings up the lead to 2.
And what an individual effort there, first by Philomena Taggart. She got the puck past the blue line after kind of an errant pass trying to find Randazzo. She circles back, a nifty move to tip it backhand in front of the net, and then Emily Gustafson having the wherewithal to be on the doorstep. As we take a look at the replay, Taggart, nifty move with the backhand, carrying it with one hand, then tips it, and then Gustafson right there to hammer it home on the doorstep. So as we look at another angle here, just a great cut in by Emily Gustafson, great positional awareness.
Yeah, and we don't really see her in front of the net all too much. She has a decent bit of size coming in at 5'10", but really uses her skating ability and her long legs to generate long, powerful strides. So we don't really see her too much in front of that goal of the opposing team, but an impressive goal nonetheless for the Lakers, and a very important power play goal as you kind of bring your lead up to 2.
And just the third goal of the season for Emily Gustafson really could not have come at a bigger time. It extends that Lakers lead to 2 goals with 10 minutes left, and the way that their offense is clicking right now, would not be surprised if they kind of try to keep the foot on the gas.
Yeah, and looking for it now is Toxic trying to beat out Molly Evans and Gustafson, and Toxic knocks down Gustafson. We've got an arm up, not quite sure where the penalty is going, as Toxic's head hit the ice pretty hard, and she's slow to get up.
I think it was Emily Gustafson there that initiated the contact on Toxic. As we wait for the official call, it looks like Gustafson's going back to the Lakers bench, so that leads me to believe, as we look at the replay here, you see Gustafson and Toxic, and it looks like Toxic,
right there.
Yep, just holding the jersey there of Gustafson, dragging her down to the ice there. So a really good call by the officials. That's a very bang play. And as you can see, obviously, when we have a replay, it's a lot easier, but it looked like very clear hold there on Toxic, just dragging down the jersey of Emily Gustafson. So Gustafson making her impact seen on the defensive end as well.
And actually, it seems to be a 2-2. So Gustafson in the box as well. And that's an okay call, I guess. I was going to say.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it.
If it was a 5-1-4, I was going to say for Toxic, that's a really tough penalty, an unnecessary one to take. You're battling for a puck in the offensive zone. No real danger to giving up a goal. But fortunately for Buffalo State, the referees see it go 2-2, so now we'll play some more 4-on-4 action. Of course, Oswego State's first goal came from Morgan Shines on the 4-on-4, as now Lackey enters the zone for Buffalo State. Lackey to the slot. Defended off by Philomena Taggart. Can't get a shot off as Lackey's forced behind the net. Taggart keeps control of it. She'll lift it up into the air, and Sarah Cruz played with a high stick, but Oswego State lets Lackey pick it up in her own zone.
And Oswego State already has a goal on 4-on-4 action. It was Morgan Shines that was able to hit that one in. So yeah, back to the call. Kind of interesting that you call it both ways there, because I think it's either toxic, a hold there, or kind of just incidental mutual contact. But instead, the referees think both players committed a penalty on the play. So 4-on-4. Once again, I think that gives an advantage to the speed of the Lakers.
And now it's Randazzo 1-on-3 trying to enter the zone. Able to do so just momentarily, but she shrugged off the puck as the rest of the Lakers are going for a line change. And now battling behind the boards is Megan Teachout. Teachout trying to come out around, trying to generate some speed. Good negation. As now Stewart has a chance. Fans on the breakaway. Good job by back checkers to lift her stick. Now a chance for Teachout, and a good save by Goronski off the initial shot by Bailey Thomas.
And I think this is the best I've seen Oswego State in terms of getting tips and getting sticks out in front of the net. We saw it on the first goal from Morgan Shines, and that time Teachout a good job trying to deflect it. The unfortunate part for her and the Lakers is that it went right into kind of the chest of Brie Goronski, but a good opportunity and a good awareness by Bailey Thomas to just put the puck towards the front of the net, and Teachout gets her stick on it.
And now Teachout trying to battle along the boards, wins that battle over Erin Stewart, trying to come alive here with 8:40 left to go in her senior day. She's got a goal and an assist, so the senior star certainly coming out here. Randazzo makes a couple of beautiful plays defensively and some rushes offensively, as now Steinle has a chance one-on-one against Bailey Thomas. Steinle at the circle, cuts the slot, squares around, shoots, scores! Natasha Steinle and the Buffalo State within striking distance.
That was a great individual effort that time by the Bengals captain, Natasha Steinle, and she entered the zone with a ton of speed and kind of peeled back, looked, and realized she had no teammates. As we look at the replay here, you see Steinle, a great job exiting the zone, beating the defender to the puck, and then a nifty move inside to get past Bailey Thomas, and then just fires one. It looked like Rachel Farmer was not expecting that. We get another nice angle here as Steinle beats Webster, then cuts past Bailey Thomas, then beautiful shot to get that past the glove of Rachel Farmer. Maybe Farmer not expecting a shot to come from that angle.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a screen as well from Bailey Thomas, and a tough goal to give up. Steinle kind of squaring around now. Grugan has a chance one-on-one at the circle. Shot. Easy save for Goronski, and she'll hold and cover. So 8:14 left to go here in this third and final period on senior night. And Rachel Farmer, a tough goal to give up, but again, a goal that you can honestly afford to give up, but it's a goal that you don't expect her necessarily to make that save. Kind of lost sight of the puck. Steinle doing a great job squaring her body around and making a really tough angle to stop, and a surprising shot nonetheless, as she was kind of outstretched all the way around.
And for Steinle, her 9th goal of the year, she really has been a great source of offense for this Bengals team that's kind of been lacking. And now, once again, a 1-goal game. We're still 4-on-4 for 7 more seconds here. So for the Bengals, a great job. I mean, it seems like they've been losing every single category, 28-11 in the faceoff circle, only 20 to 15 shots on goal. So they've done a good job defensively, and now the offense is starting to come to life.
And still 4-on-4 for another 7 seconds of play here in the third period. Coincidental Miners to Gustafson and Toxic for a skirmish and what ended up being a tripping call, as both teams now back to full strength. Gustafson on the ice here in the defensive zone. Bird knocks her woman down, no call there. As the Lakers try to battle out and escape the zone, they do so. Conboy with it now. She's got Gustin. Gustin will pick it up 2-on-2 at the circle. Defended off and a pass out in front, and Conboy shoves her woman Steinle right into the post, and Steinle up without a beat. I mean, that looked like it would have really hurt.
Yeah, she
looked like Goronski maybe protecting her fall a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like kind of
hit by Conboy.
It looked like kind of another incidental contact issue, but yeah, right into Brie Goronski, and a good save by Goronski, keeping her teammate out of the net there. But again, a quick stoppage in play. We've seen a couple of big hits, obviously scary moments. So good job by the referee to kind of blow that play dead and make sure that Steinle and Goronski were both okay.
It looked like the net might have been off its mooring, but nonetheless, Lakers win the draw. Randazzo harassed by Jessica Carter, as Randazzo tripped up, no call there on the follow-through of the pass. Gustin with it now in the offensive zone. We've got Kreider battling alongside what looked to be Chandler, and she was slow to get up as well. Now Shaysher, her head colliding into the board. So we've seen a couple of scary, dangerous plays, but Shaysher quick to get up, but the referee's quicker to blow the whistle.
Yeah, just
of course after seeing what happened to Amber Thomas going over and having to get stretchered out earlier in that second period.
Yeah, just a situation, obviously, you want to blow the whistle fast. And speaking of fast, the pace has picked up a lot, especially in these past about 3 to 4 minutes. And for the Lakers, Taggart and Randazzo behind on this faceoff. This is where you look to get a quick shot from the point, maybe get Erin Stewart down below for a rebound opportunity.
Looking to get the puck over to Taggart as they aren't able to do so, as Teachout picks up instead. Teachout at the circle, shot tipped out in front. A good chance for Stewart, but an even better save by Goronski. Stewart with the circle, falls down, makes another play, and shines with a chance. After Erin Stewart fell down, but still makes the play. Shines for Teachout, almost in front on her offhand. Had to play with the backhand and couldn't do so. As Randazzo keeps it in for Oswego State, trying to escape the zone of Cheyenne Matson, and she'll use the boards just to get out, but not quite past Randazzo at the red line. Just staying on side was Morgan Shines as Stewart picks it up, fires a shot deflected out in front, and a good heads-up play by Bree Goronski.
Yeah, and it looked like that was deflected, some friendly fire there, and Goronski staying on her toes to make a big save. And good job by Lakers just kind of putting the puck on the net right now, and a couple passes just so close to connecting.
Well, might be one of the best shifts I've seen all game for the Lakers, as Erin Stewart picks it up, or rather Morgan Shines gets it on her backhand. Couldn't quite corral that one, as the pass was a little bit too far. Teachout still trying to establish some bit of a forecheck. With the Lakers changing lines, they might just call this one quits, but instead, Randazzo keeping it in for Teachout, now still on the ice for quite some time now, as she turtles up along the boards at the far side half wall. Teachout still with it, cycles back down low, cutting towards that shot save, rebound out in front, covered by Goronski. What a great shift by Megan Teachout and this Oswego State second line.
I think if Coach Diane Dillon said that Megan Teachout, do you want to play 60 minutes today? I think she would, because she could stay on the ice for just so long. Her and Kate Randazzo that time, a great job keeping the puck in the offensive zone. And again, another great shot by Megan Teachout. She hasn't found the back of the net today, but she's been oh so close multiple times. So the Lakers, as you mentioned, to me, definitely the best shift that they've had so far this game.
And another chance, excuse me, Luke, is Ashley McAleer forces a turnover in tight. Couldn't quite make a move, as Goronski was all over that one.
Yeah, and for Goronski, just standing tall, knowing that this is still a one-goal game, still keeping her team in it, because for the Bengals, it feels like they're one break away, of course, from tying this game up. And you know, even despite taking 4 penalties compared to Oswego State's 1, they've done a really good job.
McEwen looking for McAleer, couldn't find her, and the puck evades the stick of Bailey Thomas, so Avery Webster has to chase this one down all the way in the offensive end for Buffalo State. Toxic on the forecheck, as Avery Webster escapes her zone with ease. Avery Webster hits the red line, looking to dump it in, and the follow-through on the back check by Toxic makes that one tough, but instead Avery Webster will fire that one on net. And with 5:38 to go here in this third period, Lakers nursing that 1-goal lead that they established here in the second period, ended up, or in the third, cutting it to 1 was Buffalo State off the stick of Natasha Steinle just moments ago, and now Oswego State will have an offensive zone face-off.
Yeah, and that Steinle goal was just so big for Buffalo State to obviously not only to pull within 1 goal, but also with 5 minutes left, you see if Oswego State, they've kept their offensive pressure up despite having that lead.
And the Lakers win the draw. Grugan trying to make something happen here. She's had an excellent game so far. No points so far in the game, but nonetheless, Oswego State doing an excellent job trying to generate offense. But now back to the way is Herky, and she'll chip it back in and behind the net of Rachel Farmer. Madison Byrne, one of 4 seniors to be celebrated on senior day after the conclusion of the game, so stay tuned for that. We'll have the PA announcer discussing that one. Now a 2-on-2 the other way. Stewart fires a shot off the mask of Goronski, and Grugan picks that one up on the rebound. Lakers still with the puck here until an intercepted pass by Tristan Stetson. Back across for Herky, hits the red line, she'll dump it in and go off for a line change here with 4:53 left to go.
Yeah, and Goronski really saw all of that shot literally right into the mask of Goronski, but just standing tall and able to shake that shot off, because Grugan was there for a rebound, just kind of couldn't get her stick on it. And Oswego State keeping that offensive pressure up as Newfield Kreider kind of takes a spill there.
Yeah, Molly Evans flipping the script here, trying to escape the zone, does so through the middle of the ice, but it's picked up by Berkeley Radcliffe. Back for Kylacki, she can't corral it, so Goronski's gonna have to freeze this one up, as Annika Newfield Kreider was rushing in here, and with 4:31 left to go, Oswego State really kind of handling Buffalo State since that Steinle goal. And for Buffalo State, you kind of wonder when you pull Goronski. Obviously, there's a lot of time left here. We've kind of seen around the 90-second mark be the average in the games we've seen here at the Morale Campus Center Ice Arena. For Buffalo State, maybe you're trying to pull it a little bit earlier. Oswego State's done a great job getting out of their zone in a hurry the last couple shifts.
Really the tough part about pulling Goronski is Buffalo State hasn't sustained much offensive zone time at all. So maybe the first chance, maybe under 2 minutes, is when you pull her, because you just don't know when you're going to have enough sustained ice time to get that extra skater on.
Galvin escaping the zone off the skate of Gustafson, finds Berganti entering the zone, but it looked like it was Cheyenne Matson offside with 4:11 left to go here in the game. And of course, at the conclusion of the game, we'll have the senior day celebration here. Of course, Randazzo, Madison Byrne, Erin Stewart, and Rachel Farmer, the 4 seniors, being highlighted and really celebrated here tonight. And after that, take a quick break, and then we'll have the post-game show with Ben Kinney and Thomas Turgeon after the final 4:11 of gameplay. And if it's Buffalo State intending to do that, we might have an extra 5 minutes of overtime hockey.
Yeah, they're going to have to get something going. You look to someone like Steinle, like Toxic, the top 2 scorers on this Bengals offense. That's probably their best chance at some offense, but the Lakers realize that, and they're keeping that heavy forecheck while also kind of making sure they have a defensewoman back, as Taggart and Rendazzo both back on that play.
Toxic tries to cycle it in, but Rendazzo intercepts that. Not dump in. Now Shaysher with it, trying to escape. She'll hit the ice here, and she'll try to get it over for Toxic, but instead Stewart will tie up with her. Back over for Rendazzo in her own zone, leaves it for Taggart. She finds Morgan Shines one-on-one, has a chance. She'll hold up here at the half wall, and she'll look for a pass for Stewart. Gets her, but couldn't quite corral it. But it chips over for Megan Teachout to fire around the boards for Shines. Shines leaves it for Taggart, fires it back down low for Shines. Morgan Shines loses the puck, but Teachout in on the forecheck. She'll corral it here along the near side half wall. Battle alongside Toxic. Toxic wins that one. Still trying to escape the zone are the Bengals. Rendazzo keeps it in once. Stewart twice, and the third time for Stewart as Rendazzo gets back to her feet, and the play's still in the Buffalo State end. Stewart behind the net, trying to come out along the goal line. Can't quite do so. She's battling alongside Toxic. Looks like Toxic might have a hold of her stick, but it was slight as now Teachout picks it up along the far side half wall. Quick toe drag there. She looks to enter into the slot, and a dangerous play there. Almost burned was Teachout as Stetson able to escape the zone. Taggart calling for it off the stick of Rachel Farmer, so she'll fire that pass across, and now Stewart will just fire it down low and go off for a line change.
Yeah, kind of a scary play there. Maybe trying to do a little bit too much with it was Megan Teachout. She tried to dangle back, but a better defensive play by Buffalo State, and that could have turned into a good opportunity the other way.
A chance for Teachout once more in the slot, back turn to Garanci. Couldn't make anything of it as Buffalo State escapes the zone. Now Teachout and Stewart, Teachout's been out there for quite some time. She finally heads to the bench, but now Cruzal has a chance one-on-one with Webster. Cruzal in the slot, shot, save, rebound, way loose. Another save by Farmer and a beauty. Another chance out in front. Unable to find that one is Hannah Gallivan as this third line for the Bengals come to life on that quick line rush.
Yeah, that first save for Farmer was absolutely incredible. Able to move over and make the save with the leg pad, and then the wherewithal to stay on that far post to make that second save.
Another chance for Gallivan as her line mates go off for a line change, and Herky, if she could have caught up to that puck on the rebound, had a wide open net as Farmer's out of position. Briganti with it now, firing a shot off the back of the netting of Farmer's net, and instead Buffalo State trying to slow things down, but in their own zone will fire it behind the net. So State comes away with that one, but keeping it is Berkeley Radcliffe. Briganti forechecking here, but Bailey Thomas will try to get it away from behind the net. Ava Webster ties up her woman, no call there. Garanski to the net. A minute 30 to go here. Buffalo State gets the extra skater out there. It's Steinle. Axel McAleer picks it up, can't get it out of the zone as Lackey keeps it in. So Axel McAleer with a chance once more. Can't keep it out again as Steinle keeps it back out for the crease. Now for the point. Lakers trying to signal from the bench where the puck is, and they finally clear the zone with a minute 10 to go.
Yeah, important for the Lakers to kind of just play the defensive game. Obviously, it's always tempting when you see an empty net to get good shots, but that's kind of where you see a call like an icing hurt you. So important to be smart in these last 60 seconds for Oswego State.
And 57 seconds to go here for the Lakers. Convoy trying to establish some bit of pressure in the neutral zone, forcing over for Bailey Thomas in her own zone, looking for Gustafson, couldn't quite connect, but no icing there as it just hits the blue line of the Buffalo State Bengals defensive end. Youthful Cry with the puck in her skates, stays on side for a moment, and she'll have to touch back up.
I really like that play by Bailey Thomas. She thought about firing a shot, instead dumps to Emily Gustafson, avoids an icing call.
Back the other way with it now is Cheyenne Matson, fires a shot into the pads of Randazzo. A chance again, Webster on that one, a good clear by her as Toxic had a chance. It looks like it'll be whistled down for a high stick or maybe a hand pass. And we're getting a defensive zone draw for the Lakers here with 28 seconds to go. A critical one at that.
Yeah, it is, and Oswego State's really dominated 33-12 in the face-off circle, so none bigger than this face-off for both teams. And if you're Buffalo State, they're going to send Jessica Carter to that circle.
And Luke, you took the words right out of my mouth with the face-off stats there, and Shines battling to win that one, ties up her woman. But Buffalo State's able to come away with it. 20 seconds now to go here in this third period. A chance for Buffalo State to draw even in this game 3 apiece. The Lakers trying to reward their seniors with a win on senior night. 10 seconds now, Lakers clear the zone momentarily. Back in for Taggart in her own end. Taggart will flutter that one up and out into the neutral zone, right onto the stick of Newfield Kreider, who can't corral it. Cheyenne Matson leaves it for Steinle. 3 seconds left. Steinle can't get a shot off, and that'll do it here. From the Morano Campus Center Ice Arena, Lakers take this one on senior night.
And what a win it was for Oswego State. As much as we've heard, Kate Randazzo, Coach Digby, Coach Stone say, we're approaching this like any other game. You want to win on senior night, and you want to have the game that the Lakers had. I mean, what a game for all 4 seniors, of course. Kate Randazzo had the assist on the first goal. Erin Stewart notched what would eventually be the game winner. Madison Byrne, a great job defensively, and Rachel Farmer, especially in that third period, making countless saves to keep her team on top and eventually coming away with a big win and a big 2 points in New HL play. So really a great gritty win on senior night for this Lakers team.
And again, an uncharacteristic win, or rather game, I should say, against this Buffalo State Bengals team. Heading into the game for the Lakers, they were out shooting Buffalo State by about 20 per game here, a little bit closer for the Bengals. It was 20 shots on goal for the Bengals, 29 for the Lakers. But still a game that really, the shot totals doesn't really seem to describe this gameplay.
No, especially in the second and third periods. I thought the Lakers had the best offensive chances, and it definitely showed as the game went on. So great job by Oswego State.
And we're going to take a quick break here on WTOP10. When we come back, the Senior Day celebration inside the Murano Campus Center Ice Arena. Once again, don't go anywhere. You're watching WTOP10. Welcome back inside the Murano Campus Center Ice Arena as we await the PA announcer and the Senior Day celebration at the conclusion of the Lakers' 3-2 victory over the Buffalo State Bengals. Matt Walling inside the Steve Levy press box alongside me is Luke Owens. And Luke, these 4 seniors with Kate Randazzo, the captain, Erin Stewart, Madison Byrne, and Rachel Farmer, all playing such key roles in their 4 years, and for Farmer, her 2 years as a Laker.
Yeah, and it was really evident in today's game. Erin Stewart, of course, making the impact offensively, Randazzo on both ends, Byrne playing a great defensive game alongside Molly Evans, and then Rachel Farmer was only here for 2 years, but her impact was just so big on this team. And time again down the stretch today, she made a ton of big saves. You know, a breakaway opportunity, a couple of good chances for Buffalo State, and Oswego State obviously getting the win on senior night.
And of course, Madison Byrne, Coach Dillon talking about her to Neil Boddicker, the beat writer for the Oswegonian, calling her kind of the mama bear of the team. Loves to kind of teach and lead, and you kind of see that with Molly Evans, her defensive partner, who will surely kind of be taking on a role similar to Madison Byrne. A really strong defensive-minded defender is Molly Evans, as well as Madison Byrne, as we await the P announcers, all the family and the friends of all 4 seniors coming out here to celebrate with them. And really just a great season for the Lakers. It's not over yet, as they've got Canton next weekend and some playoff hockey coming up. But nonetheless, kind of the last home game, regular season home game for the Lakers.
And this is a team that's, all business. We've talked about it all year long. This is, just another game for the Lakers, but, they have to be excited to be able to get that win. And, it's definitely a well-deserved night to kind of enjoy what they've built this season. And moving forward, of course, clinching a playoff spot last night, and now with just a win over Canton or a Morrisville loss down the stretch, they will clinch that second seed and get home ice advantage.
And with that, we're going to throw it to the PA announcer here inside the Murano Campus Center Ice Arena.
For this year. To honor this occasion and the hockey careers of the class of 2020, their teammates, coaching staff, and the Oswego State Athletic Department would like to present each of the graduating seniors to you, our families, friends, and fans. Our first senior is number 25, Rachel Farmer. A native of Grand Island, New York, Rachel has certainly left her mark on Oswego Laker athletics. A 2-year member of the Lakers, she made the move from Cortland to Oswego for her junior and senior years and immediately became a key component of the Lakers' success. One of the most competitive goalies ever to wear a Laker jersey, she plays much bigger than she is. In her junior year, Rachel posted 3 shutouts and helped backstop the Lakers to a playoff berth. As a reward for her efforts during her first season with the Lakers, Rachel's teammates voted her as their most valuable player. As a senior, she has proven herself durable, starting in every game this season but one, and she wouldn't have it any other way. Anytime number 25 is in the net, her teammates know they have the opportunity for a win. Entering her last regular season home weekend, Rachel has started 21 games this season, earning 1 shutout and posting a 91% save percentage and a 62% winning percentage. For her collegiate career, she has competed in 66 games, faced 1,801 shots, and earned a 2.2 goals against average, and also posted 6 shutouts. Rachel is a criminal justice major in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Joining her on the ice today are parents Wendy and Frank Farmer, grandmother Linda Merlette, sisters Britt and Bree, brothers Alex, Josh, and Noah, as well as Aunt Kim Eisen, Uncle Jeff Cern, and cousins Michelle and Angela Eisen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's congratulate number 25, Rachel Farmer. Our next senior is number 10, Erin Stewart. Making her way to Oswego from Stonewall, Manitoba, Erin has been a 4-year member of the Lakers and a big reason for the ongoing success of the program. Erin has been an offensive threat since she first touched the ice as a freshman and has been a player that opposing teams have had to game plan against. She has consistently been one of the top scorers on the team and is again one of the top point getters this season. Erin's ability to control the puck in small areas and along the boards has confounded opponents and drawn more than a few penalties. A mainstay on both the power play and penalty kill, Erin has been counted on not only to put up points, but also to block shots, hang on to pucks, and win battles, things that don't always show up in the stats, but help the team win. She's one of only a handful of Laker players to surpass the 100-game mark for her career. Erin has competed in every game each of the last 4 seasons. An outstanding student, Erin has been named to the Commissioner's Academic Honor Roll and the AHCA All-American Scholar Program. Entering her last regular season home weekend, Erin has played in all 22 games this year, contributing 8 goals and 13 assists for a total of 21 points. For her collegiate career, she has competed in 101 games, notching 57 points on 23 goals and 34 assists. She currently ranks 5th on the all-time scoring list for the Lakers. Erin is a biology major in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Joining Erin today are parents Allison and Andy Stewart, grandparents Mary and Marvin Sistrup, brother AJ and girlfriend Casey, as well as Uncle Brad Sistrup, cousins Archer and Isla, and boyfriend Curtis Unraw. Ladies and gentlemen, number 10, Erin Stewart. Our next senior is number 5, Assistant Captain Madison Byrne. Hailing from Commercetown, Michigan, Madison has been mainstay on the defense, patrolling the blue line for the Lakers. A 4-year member of the program, Madison has been instrumental in developing the team chemistry and the culture of the Lakers. Named a captain by her teammates for her junior and senior seasons, Madison has been counted on to lead her teammates both on and off the ice. She's continued to develop her skills throughout her career and has provided the team with a model of how hard they must work to be successful. Considered a stay-at-home defenseman, Madison has been called on to anchor the penalty kill for her entire 4-year career. Every team needs players that teammates can depend on to get the job done, and Madison has been that player for the Lakers. Entering her last regular season home weekend, Madison has played in 21 games this season. For her collegiate career, she has competed in 90 games, contributing 6 points on 1 goal and 5 assists. Madison is a communication and social interaction major in the School of Communication, Media, and the Arts. Joining her on the ice today are parents Jody and Tom Byrne. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Madison Byrne. Our 4th and final senior is number 21, team captain Kate Randazzo. Making her way to Oswego and the Lakers from Ancaster, Ontario, Kate has been a fixture on the blue line for the Lakers since she arrived as a rookie. The backbone of the team on defense, she has played with a passion and intensity second to none. Kate's dedication to hard work and playing the game the right way was evident to her coaches and teammates, who rewarded her with the captain's letter for her sophomore, junior, and senior seasons. Kate has been outstanding in every facet of the game, logging more minutes every season. She's been called on to play 5-on-5, quarterback the power play, and to anchor the penalty kill. She has produced offensively as well as shutting down opponents on defense. Kate currently sits in 8th place on the all-time scoring list and is the all-time leading scorer among Laker defensemen. One of the toughest and most durable Lakers of all time, Kate has surpassed the 100-game mark for her career. Entering the final home weekend, she has not missed a single game in 4 years. So far this season, she's played in all 22 games and leads all defensemen in scoring with 14 points on 3 goals and 11 assists. For her career, she has competed in 101 games and contributed 11 goals and 40 assists for a total of 51 points. Kate is an exceptional student as well. She's been named to the AHCA All-American Scholar Program, the SUNYAC Commissioner's List, and most impressively has been awarded the Northeast Women's Hockey League highest GPA award 2 years in a row. Kate is a biology major in the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Joining her today are parents Sherry and Dan Randazzo, as well as Aunt Patty Beckett. Ladies and gentlemen, number 21, Kate Randazzo. That concludes our ceremony for today. We thank you for being with us. And once again, we proudly present the Oswego State Women's Hockey Class of 2020.
And a very good evening to you on WTOP as we go to post-game. A big win here for the Lakers over Buffalo State, 3-2. Let's take a look, Tom, at the game summary. Break this down.
It was a very great game for the Lakers, finally converting on that power play in the third period to guarantee that win over Buffalo State here at the MCC. In faceoffs, they continued to success in that, winning 34-17. And out shooting them pretty solidly out there, too.
Now, you talk about the power play finally connecting, and it connected on that goal. The third one, the game-winning goal for the Lakers. Let's take a look at that right here. Break this down for me, because this was actually a very good goal.
It was a very good goal. Fed one out in front, and very rebound.
Yeah.
And it looks like it was Gustafson that ended up burying that one for the Lakers. That would be her third on the season to guarantee for her third goal for the Lakers.
Now, Buffalo would shortly answer right back after that goal and threaten yet again to tie this game up or take the lead.
They did. Although eliminated from playoff contention, this Bengals team did not quit whatsoever. They buried one right back, hopefully, as we'll see the replay coming soon. But it was here it is right now. As we'll see, the odd man rush, almost like the same goal that Farmer allowed just a few weeks ago against Morrisville. A stride across, beating her, I believe, blocker's side to create a 3-2 game and a great ending here at the MCC tonight.
Now, this showed a lot of back and forth action this game on both sides. But Buffalo, you saw a lot more odd man rushes. At one point, Buffalo spent close to a minute in their own zone, and Rachel Farmer had to keep up with that, as did the Oswego defense, and they did a pretty decent job doing that.
They did, as the score shows it. 3-2 and only 20 shots allowed on Farmer, and she once again playing stellar for this team, continuing to success and the goal this year for the Lakers going into the postseason.
Now, one thing that really hurt Buffalo State in this game is discipline, getting into some penalty trouble here later on in the game. You saw the number of penalties they had, the number of power play opportunities. Of course, Oswego only converting on one of those, but still, even just converting on one, even one penalty is too many penalties for any team, that matter, and it showed tonight that it hurt Buffalo.
It really did. That power play goal that Oswego scored was eventually the final dagger that gave the Lakers the win in this one over the Bengals with that huge power play goal here in the third period.
And one thing with the discipline is the physicality we saw, not just from Buffalo, but Oswego as well. And you can take a look here at some bigger hits, and you saw it kind of boiling over later on in the game, about halfway through, where you see more penalties starting to come in. Is that something you'd expect to see out of a team that's eliminated from playoff contention?
Yes, absolutely. When it comes to that case, especially when you're eliminated, I mean, a 3-12 record in the NEWHL, but struggling to find wins could absolutely create that aggression in gameplay that really doesn't matter to the standings anymore for that team.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up for now. For Thomas Sturgeon, I'm Ben Kinney. Thanks for tuning in this evening. We'll be back next weekend with Senior Day for the men's hockey.